back on. Second half. Let's do this. Split. It's gonna be straight up action. Yeah, I'll use the trial. I have not leveled up the weapon yet. I'll do it after, when I finish the story. Where's he? I guess I can shoot him. Oh, that's right. I remember now. That bitch Ida went into the painting.
竟然真的可以进入到画里面。如果可以的话，我希望下一幅画的内容是海边。猜错了吧，分析员？我可不在这幅画里。
Goodness gracious. Damn, man, I hate these fucking guys. That's so annoying. They're still annoying.
这就是全力了，看好了。一点小失误，正好晚上一起去喝一点。 想要你吻我，当然，在战斗结束后。
Look at this place, though. It looks so nice.
就非得站在我枪口。
Before I go, let's... Yeah, it all looks nice. Only they could do something with this. They have so much environment that's only being used in the story. Well, that's it. Maybe in some events, but other than that, that's it. Thinking what else can they use with it? It's kind of. It's better to hit fire than aim with the minigun. Don't do anything reckless, you say. You know what? Let's see. Let's see. Don't do anything reckless, you say. They're all dead. Was there to escape from their dead? Just why? Why even have that? I agree. I agree. Still hate that bitch. Oh my god, I can't wait to do a run. It's gonna be fun. Glorious. Right up close too. Yep, there you go. There you go. Nice. Nice shot. Nice. Well, shit.
登临高
Nice
点，
little sequence.
夺取胜利，轻而易举。
So that's what she says, huh? Jeez! Now, can we get one in combat? Finally, they have subtitles when they do a victory pose. But still nothing for combat.
这里是什么地方？总有一种让我很不舒服的感觉。放心吧，我会小心的。
Nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
想要你吻我，当然在战斗结束。 看好了，
I just noticed she gains bullets. Her thing goes, her skill goes away. Oh. Great. What are you, Hermeus Mora? Dude. What's that? Don't need it.
就非得站在我枪口前面。看好了，这里看起来还不晚呢。
It's a small bug they gotta fix.
其实迫不及待的人是我，所以快点结束战斗吧。
Else. What's over here? Nothing. Just an open space. You know, what if the devs tried the Warframe method? Oh. Whoa! Where they try to use some similar mechanics that Warframe does. Like you grind to earn your operatives, any operative. Would that be a good idea? Oh.
还是被摆了一套。都是道具。
Oh.
我们是踩在天花板上吗？弄出一个这么奇怪的空间，他到底想做什么？如果只是为了消耗我们，那他可打错算盘了。我现在可是精力充沛的很。
Yeah. Hope I'm not too tired to read.
夺取胜利，轻而易举。
Finally, we can actually know. I wonder what my wifey says. I hope I'm not too tired to read. Okay, let's do this. The only solution in Katya's own way.
哟吼，分析员，这里。
After what felt like ages navigating through the Tijin Forge tunnel, Katya and I finally spotted Ida's human form in the distance. She sat perched atop a tall stool. Only when I drew close did she hop down.
没想到 你真的找到这里来了，很敏锐呢。
Looks like you're so giddy after you got your upgrade. She clapped, slow and exaggerated, yet her eyes were cold.
你的花招都被拆穿了，艾达。你以为这就结束了吗？凯西亚克莱因，你之前给我的痛苦和屈辱，我现在都会一并返还给你。
Sight? That's not gonna happen.
我会把你重视的东西全部摧毁殆尽。
Not in this lifetime, Ida. She snapped her fingers, and the ground beneath us began to quake violently.
你还想继续逃吗？逃？现在该逃走的是你们了。
The walls and floor melted like wax under a torch, then twisted and reforged into new shapes. Reading her intent, I braced myself, anchoring the ground beneath our feet. All around us, the world churned and howled, yet the ground beneath Ida and us stayed still, like the eyes of two opposing storms on a collision course.
他想做什么？
Her voice was nearly swallowed by the tremors. She had to lean in, lips almost brushing my ear, just so I could catch the words. Could be anything. She's in total control here.
那我们
Hold on. I need to stabilize our space first. Wild torrents of Tizigen slammed into my mind. I could barely string a thought together.
好啦，热身运动就到此结束吧。
Half a minute later, she stilled the shifting landscape.
这是我为你精心挑选的决战场地，你觉得如何呢，分析员？
Before us stood a familiar skyline. Great. Without our noticing, the roof beneath Katya and me materialized from the ground, and Ida lounged on a neighboring high-rise.
怎么样？回到这里，有没有回家的感觉？
It's nostalgic.
还没完，既然回到了老地方，那老朋友也该出现了吧？
What? White flashed his lance through the air, followed by Titan roars. From the changed to the towering Hela, Titans of every shape and size materialized one after another. My mind snapped back to that energy blast Ida fired in the tunnel, and a knot of dread tightened in my gut.
分析员，你的表情，你一定明白了吧？一定猜到了吧？
I'm sure they can handle it. She didn't wait for an answer. She leaned back and let herself fall. A heartbeat later, blinding white light erupted where she vanished. Amid the guttural roars of countless titans, a colossal silhouette rose, the progenitor of titans, Ymir.
拥有着人类意识的尤米尔，这样的力量，真是让人欲罢不能呢。
Her crazed laughter echoed from deep inside Ymir, a heartbeat before its colossal arm slammed down on us. I yanked Katya close and dove to a nearby roof. The one we'd stood on was crushed flat in an instant. What? No! Even Katya was feeling the strain. She'd faced massive titans before, like Limit of Yehris, but this one was stronger still. And backed by a whole pack of lesser titans.
分析员，你有什么办法吗？
Bomb Russian?
分析员，
Oh no. Only then did she sense something was wrong. I wasn't ignoring her. I simply couldn't speak.
真是迟钝天启者。你的分析员可还在维持着你们附近的空间呢。
Getting so sick of you.
是吗？
She shot me a startling glance. I answered with a tight nod. This Tijigen forged space wasn't as steady as it appeared to be. Beneath the surface, it kept collapsing inward straight toward us. Solid Tijin is wildly unstable. If I let the collapse run free, that much compressed energy would annihilate right beside us. Pulling it back takes razor edge focus, like walking a tightrope in the eye of a storm. 3 meters. I met Kaya's eyes, forced the words out, then shook my head.
你的意思是，不要离你超过3米。
Right, 3 meters. That's my limit right now. We were well and truly cornered. Really? Really? Katya, whose edge has always been blistering speed, was forced to stick to my side. And I was too focused even to speak, let alone fight alongside her. Ida had tailored this trap for us. That's why she wasn't rushing. She was savoring our struggle like front row entertainment.
想好办法了吗？
Oh, so you really... I'm still skeptical. I know this guy's gonna fucking break through. I mean, of course he's gonna break through it, but he's gonna... I have a feeling he's gonna break through it easily. Snow began to fall. Thick, white motes of Tijin. Ymir's giant palm thundered toward us again. Better not be an easy escape. Kaya clenched her jaw in barely contained rage, yet kept her grip on my hand, dodging in perfect sync. The moment we touched down, she opened fire at Ymir. Powered by her exosuit and Davos, every round hissed through the air, crackling with fury. Titans that tried to close in were shredded at once, and even Ymir staggered beneath the hail of bullets. After that barrage, Kaya also came to realize the problem. Distance. We were still too far from Ymir. For her shots to bite, we had to get closer. But rooftops tall enough to serve as springboards were few, and the gaps between them were too far wide for a single leap. As Katya hesitated, I rested a hand on her shoulder. Jump. She gave me one quick glance, then nodded. In perfect sync, we sprinted and launched off the roof's edge.
你们打算自我了结了吗？
Hardly. At the apex of our arc, a 3-meter-wide platform winked into existence beneath us. Our momentum never faltered. With every leap, a new platform formed underfoot, vanishing the instant we sprang to the next. I was shaping those paths from Tijin myself. My reach extended only 3 meters. But within that radius, I was nearly omnipotent.
怎么？你们休想！
Now you're struggling? Energy blasts streaked toward us from every direction like bolts of lightning. Yet we were even faster. Okay, of course. After all this time, Katya and I didn't need words, especially on the battlefield. Instinct always carried us along the same perfect path.
疯子，你们简直就是疯子！
I guess I can excuse this. They're already battle experienced. They have so much experience in battle. They're able to efficiently do this. But it's just nice to see them struggle, at least a little bit. No? Her voice was starting to fray. I want to see them struggle, damn it. In under a minute, we landed on the rooftop directly before Ymir, staring it down at eye level. At this range, its sheer bulk was a liability, even turning cost precious seconds. Just long enough for Kaya to empty an entire mag clip. Reeling, she snapped back and had Ymir unleash another beam, pulverizing the rooftop beneath us.
别以为一次得手就能赢过我呀！
She didn't stop there. One by one, the surrounding high-rises were flattened under her barrage.
尤米尔的弱点应该是胸前的能量源，没猜错的话，那个人晶体也在里面。
Yeah.
如果能够击中那里，应该就能彻底打倒他。
One clean
现
shot.
在的距离
One clean shot from your hundreds of bullets.
做不到的了。
Ymir's colossal hand slammed over its chest, shielding the core from every round.
可惜，太可惜了。如果 站在这里的是更强的天启者，或许就能够成功了。
If you don't...
但你还差得远呢。
I'm too mentally tired to fucking lash out at you, you little shit. Kaya knew the taunt was bait, yet her fists tightened on instinct. She never cared about proving herself to anyone. But where Andrew was concerned, the thought of falling even half a step behind was unbearable. Resolve stayed firm, but each second wound her nerves tighter. Katya. My voice jolted out of that downward spiral. Only you. No matter how hard I tried, I couldn't force out more than those 2 words. Instead, I raised one finger.
别浪费时间了。
Titans continued pouring in from every direction, but Katya answered with wordless bullets, felling them with ruthless precision.
思考，仔细思考，为什么分析员如此笃定？他对我的能力和极限都了如指掌，也就是说，他确定我可以做到。
Yeah, you can do this.
属于凯西亚克莱
Oh,
因的，
okay.
属于我的。
And then she vanished. Ida blinked, then threw back her head in laughter.
结果到最后，你选择的是逃走。
Oh, come on, Ida, please. Please. You gotta know already.
好啊，就让你亲眼看到他的下场。
Without Katya's cover fire, every Titan zeroed in on me. Dodging was no longer an option. The first blast crashed against the Tetragen shield I conjured and glanced off without a crack. The second followed, then a third. A blistering barrage fused into one blow, driving me backward across the rubble. Okay, some struggle. Cracks spiderwebbed through the barrier. I had no choice but to clench my jaw and hold. Okay. Some struggle. A beam punched through, searing my left shoulder. Okay, you got hurt? Okay.
一定很疼吧？
MC gets hurt.
还愣着做什么？再多一些，多一些！
Okay, MC. Okay. Beams rained down on me like a meteor shower. In 3 seconds, those spears of light would rip me apart. In 5, I'd be dead. And my eyes never left the core glowing in Ymir's chest. I waited, with a heartbeat when a flash of blue would slip between the beams and blot them out.
就是现在！
Go, go, go! Katya flashed into position out of thin air. A move that must have looked like suicide to the human form. Outside my sphere, Katya would be shredded by Titigen turbulence before she could even pull the trigger. But she'd never truly left my range. Take the shot, Katya! I hurled every ounce of power outward in one pulse. My consciousness flooded the area, and the world froze. Titans, beams, Titigen, even Ymir itself. All except Katya. Holding every mode of Titigen for even a heartbeat would be nearly impossible. I had to give everything I had and more. But that heartbeat was all we needed. The instant the bullet left the barrel, I heard Katya's voice in my mind. Distance meant nothing in the moment. Our souls were throbbing in perfect synchrony. I bet everything on that resonance. I trusted her skill, and most importantly, I knew Katya would understand the plan in my mind down to that last detail. The lovely sea. Reality paused, and we found ourselves inside Katya's mindscape. It was utterly still. A wave-scoured reef facing an endless sea. Only the sound, the crash of surf. How do you feel, Katya? I turned to her.
感觉吗？
A breeze caught a lock of hair at her ear, tracing the sharp, elegant lines of her profile.
心里很畅快。
Nice, good. Good for you. It's a lovely... I love blue. Same here. Same here. She smiled and met my eyes.
就像出发前你答应我的那样，这是一场足够尽兴的战斗。
Shoot.
我证明了自己的能力，也回报了你的信任。
Great. She lifted her hand and gently hooked her finger on mine.
过去的我
Wow.
总是如同钟摆一般，徘徊在寻找目标和完成目标的循环中。
Look at you in your old uniform. Wow.
我没办法长时间留在同一个地方，也很难专注于做某件事情，直到遇见了你。 我总觉得你的身上拥有着某种魔力，只要待在你的身边，我就能获得源源不断的乐趣。
Oh my god. Stop.
不知不觉，我就从以前那个我行我素的佣兵克莱因，变成了习惯于依赖你的凯西亚。 连我自己都不知道，这是好事还是坏事。
Oh, come on, Kaya. That should be obvious. It is. It is.
对你来说当然是好事。
She chuckled and bumped my shoulder with hers. It's good for both of us, Katya. Just as you lean on me, I lean on you. And having someone you can trust and rely on, that's sheer bliss. She offered no further reply, but the ripples in the air betrayed her. Her mindscape echoed every feeling in her heart. I've been thinking, what kind of covenant ceremony would suit a woman like you?
我这样，我有些好奇了，在你眼中我是什么样的？
What's your answer, MC? Brilliant, razor sharp, magnetic, always full of surprises. You look like the toughest person in any room, yet underneath, you're unbelievably gentle.
真是这样的话，不是应该很好满足吗？
Wow. You'd think so. A simple confession feels too plain for you, but something grand and showy would ring hollow. Nothing I imagined ever felt right. Until I realized, like you said, being with you makes even the smallest moments feel special. The covenant is just the beginning. One small chapter in the long life we'll share. Oh. Let's see how that holds. Long life. Let's see how long.
与其纠结于仪式，
I'm talking about
不如
Snowbreak
把
as a
握好
whole.
现在，对吧？
I'm talking about Snowbreak's lifespan. Let's see how that holds. She tilted her head and rested it on my shoulder. I'm hoping it for I hope it's a long time.
这里真好，能和你不受打扰的，想待多久就待多久。就好像我们是世界上唯二的两个人。
Then we really ought to secure humanity's future by, well, population maintenance? Fucking... She flicked my forehead before the sentence was even finished.
你呢，真是正经不了多久。
This fucking guy, man. Shit.
好了，亲爱的，既然我们是在我的意识中，那你猜猜看，我现在想说什么吧？
Yeah, Mr. Mind Reader. What you got, MC? Oh, I almost... No. Keep the cursor down. She slid one step forward, pivoted to face me, clasped her hands behind her back, then tilted her head with a playful wink. Truth is, I'd known her words from the moment we arrived. Okay. Great. For life and beyond. Never apart. The realm shivered, as if a heart skipped a beat, then thundered back to life.
一生一世，永不分离。
Time resumed. The instant the bullet punched through Ymir's chest, the crushing tide of Tijin bearing down on me vanished. The human form couldn't muster even a whimper before the relentless barrage snuffed her out. The Ymir's fall, every remaining Titan, and the attack still in flight, crumbled into nothing. As the Titan's colossal frame disintegrated, 2 bodies dropped from the sky. Freed of every restraint, I surged forward and caught them both. One task remained. I put down Ida's human form, studying her pale face. She'd recklessly chained her mind to Ymir's, so when Kaya struck the final blow, her consciousness unraveled with the Titan. Yet I could sense a faint spark. Someone else lingered inside the shell. I'll be right back.
我等你。
I nodded to Kaya and reached toward the human form's body. Without its master, the consciousness space trembled on the verge of collapse. But its continued existence was proof enough of my suspicion. There was another sentient being within. I steadied my thought and plunged deeper into the mindscape, roving through a static until a single pin prick of light emerged. The instant my fingertip brushed it, a silhouette slowly unfurled from the glow. Ugh.
分析员，
You're still alive. The whisper swelled to a murmur. I finally caught her voice. Time to wake up, Ida.
我，这是哪里？
Inside the human form's consciousness realm, don't you remember?
意识空间。
Ida's digital form stared, dazed, then jolted upright.
等等，我还活着。
She patted her face and arms, an odd sight for someone made of code. Realizing she was whole, she looked back at me, burst into tears.
本体出现的时候，我还以为已经死定了。
Yeah, suffer.
他就那么轻轻一挥手，我就和被断电了一样，什么都感觉不到了。
Technically, you did die. Your mind was shattered, lingering only here. Had the human form's consciousness not collapsed, I couldn't have awakened you.
这么说，分析员，你彻底打败那家伙了吗？
Yeah. The body's yours now. As promised, you can live as a real human.
真正的人类。
Tears still clung to her cheeks, yet her eyes shone with uncontained joy. You'll need to stay with yourself for a while, at least until you learn the basics of human etiquette and manners.
那些事情都不重要了，重要的是，分析员，你能给我一个目标吗？
Really on board with this, aren't you? You ain't got no plan, hidden plan, a purpose?
是呀，就像本体，他的目标是拯救人类。都怪桃，当时给他设置了那么大的目标，他才能几乎毫无限制的去做想做的事情。作为我的救命恩人，分析员，你来帮我决定一个目标吧。
She looked at me with wide, expectant eyes. Should I assign a purpose to this new Ida? All that shit you did. Ida, kanjis, yogurt. Every advanced AI I'd met drew its power from a built-in purpose. The very reason it was born. But the Ida standing before me no longer needed to carry that burden. I met her gaze and shook my head. I'm not going to assign you a purpose. Humans only start searching for their purpose after they begin living. You should do the same.
但是，如果没有目标的话，我之后又要去做什么呢？
Whatever the fuck you want. Like all of us. Live. You don't need a directive. Life itself is purpose enough. The old Ida had you shadow me, logging at my every move. I want you to observe the world, learn it, become a part of it. One day you'll discover something worth fighting for, and that, not something assigned, will be your purpose. That's how humans find meaning.
活着，
She studied her open palm in silence.
我能做到这样的事情吗？
As long as you're not that little red shithead. You seem fine now. You seem chill. Of course. You're the first sentient being ever to break free of Ida's control. So you're free. You're free. Your existence alone proves individuality and free will. From here on, the path you walk is yours to forge. Some days will flow smoothly, others may leave you lost or discouraged. Whatever comes, this life is yours, and yours alone. Go live it, and make me proud. I stepped closer, opened my arms, and gently drew her into a hug. Aww. Okay, MC. I guess she's okay now. The once willful, self-centered brat stood frozen.
好奇怪，这次的眼泪不是按我的控制而流出的。
You're truly free. You're gonna be playable, aren't you? You're gonna join the team, huh? Raw, nameless emotions surged up, too strong to hold back. It might take some time to process all this, but it's okay. I'll be here for you.
好，
I felt her arms slowly wrap around my back, hugging me tight.
我想好
Hugging
了
me tight.
我要给自己起一个名字。
Okay? She went silent for a long moment, then asked tentatively,
你觉得萨菲尔怎么样？在菲洛索亚语中是蓝宝石的意思。
Sapphire. Name Qingying. Oh, what could have been? She was the bluest of them all. Oh, I miss her. Okay, yeah, I fuck with Sapphire. It's a lovely name. Since it was her own decision, I had no reason to object.
好，那我以后就是
Okay,
萨菲尔
okay,
了。
okay, Sapphire. Welcome. Okay, you're free. I let her go and gave her hair a gentle pat. Time to leave this place. You'll need to master those new powers fast, and help me find our way forward.
我会努力的。
Fingers intertwined, we stepped out of the mindscape together. Look at that. Oh my god, yeah, you're gonna be playable one day. Jeez, it's already a given. They put so much detail in that sprite. So much detail on the sprite, yeah. It's only a matter of time. The moment we snap back to reality, Sapphire let out a horrified yelp.
凯西亚小姐，能先把枪口挪开吗？
Spun to find Katya's Gatling gun trained right between Sapphire's eyes. Aw, the poor thing looked about to faint.
为了活命，都用上敬语了吗？
Katya, stand down. The human form's original consciousness is gone.
现在这具身体里的是萨菲尔大人呀。
Looks like teaching this one proper manners might take a while.
哦，他就是之前待在你意识空间中的那个意识体吗？
Way back in Skytopia. There I go again, mentioning that damn story.
是萨菲尔。你竟然真的让他复活了，就是看起来不太聪明。
Brains aside, Sapphire, can you get us out of this pocket dimension?
直接摧毁这里都没问题。对于现在的我来说，控制泰坦物质小事一桩。
Wonder, if they made you playable, what kind of gun would you use? Would you even need one? Would you just wave your hands and just summon Titijin? She threw up a hand, drew a deep breath. But nothing happened. No matter how hard she tried, the Titigen around us stayed inert.
这不对吧？
Katya and I watched as panic crept into her face.
你到底行不行？等等，我明白了，不是我的问题。
She clapped her hands once and seized my arm.
大事不妙了，分析员。
Easy. Take a breath. Now, what is it?
这里之所以还能够存在，是因为有另一个个体在维持这些泰坦物质呀。
Who could that be? Someone else? I gripped her shoulders. You mean there's another Ida's human form in here? How many Idas are we gonna be seeing up in this bitch, man? She nodded hard.
我想起来了，失去意识前，我感觉到另一个人间体的存在，他身上还有天启者的气息。
Station energy already? Are you gonna be the next playable next update? Or no? I have no idea. Tess! My knees stirred in my chest again. I took a deep breath, forcing myself to stay calm. Can we pinpoint the source?
让我想想，如果只是打开通道的话，或许可以利用这个泰坦物质构成的空间。
Sapphire shut her eyes, raised both hands, and the space itself ripped apart. 2 ragged holes gaped wide enough for us to step through.
成了！
Damn it, Stop! You're going on me. No! No, please stop. Go away. Panting, Sapphire pointed toward the 2 rifts.
左边这个可以带我们离开这里，回到正常的世界中。右边这个能够继续深入这个空间，抵达空间构筑者的位置。
Oh, Tess. Another fork in the path, but this time the choice was crystal clear. I turned to Katya. Katya, She pressed a finger to my lips.
不用和我解释。
Don't do that. Kinda got a reaction out of me.
我知道你在想什么。我会带着这个小家伙去书库那边，以防敌人先一步到达。
Her hand slipped from my lips, resting over my heart.
这种时候，就别担心我会吃醋了。只要是你做出的决定，我都能够理解。所以，去找他吧，就像当时接触了我那样，也去接触他吧。
Jeez. Katya cupped my face and pressed her forehead to mine.
我知道，你这样的男人，懂得什么时候回到我身边，所以别让我等太久。
Possessive and assertive as ever. Classic Katya. Yet behind her eyes flickered something soft and warm. I'll come back to you. Promise. I had said the same to her new Hantiro, and I kept that promise. I'd keep this one too. After a long, lingering kiss, I turned and stepped, without a second's hesitation, into the rift Sapphire had opened.
你在看什么呢？不，总觉得刚才你说的那些话
Oh?
很震撼。这是独属于凯西亚·克莱因的处世之道。至于你， 如果你做好了站在他身边的心理准备，那你也要有自己的方式。
我知道了，不用你教我这种事情。
Sapphire's bluster earned nothing but a thin smile from Micaiah before she turned away. Oh, just like that? Gee. Okay, picking up. Finally. Something interesting happened? The fuck, man. There's too many fucking Idas in the story. Bastard. Bastard little shit. Tess. Oh.
会不会跳出个小兔子呢？这里是倒着的灵区，简直像是镜子中的世界。不，没时间感叹了，现在最好尽快穿过这里。中场休息，呵呵，观众来了。 送你一大惊喜！
哦。
已经进入新套区了。
I haven't used Tess in so long. It's been ages, man. There you go. So freaky. Whoa. Okay. Nice view. Oh, look at you. Oh. Bad, not bad. Okay. Okay. What's with the views, man? What a splendid view. What a splendid view.
这里是比之前的墙更怎么样了？等等，前面那是开达。
Yeah, man.
感谢第一轮观众的捧场。
Trying not to use Kaya, because it would just be way too easy. And I can't use her ult, because her ult just switches, we just put her in the animation. She really is built for support.
感谢第一轮观众的捧场。报告，小目标完成。已经进入新套区了。
It's quite trippy. Whoa. I'm not, you know, I'm looking at the ceiling, not at her, damn it. Just admiring the scenery. It's the scenery. Okay. I'm gonna go down there, damn.
呵呵，有
哦
观众来了。
Oh Oh, thank goodness for the lines. Makes it quick. Then again, I kind of don't want to see the lines. I want to figure it out for myself. Like how I do in Silent Hill. Even no matter how long it takes, I still gotta figure out those 3 coins in that damn cabinet. Oh, this is trippy though. Raining upside down. It's pretty cool. God, I love the Matrix. Man. Go. Sweet.
中场休息。
Can you see the difference between the old characters compared to the new? How long it's taking to destroy these guys of all enemies? If these guys were the heavy units, this would take a lot longer. This game used to be, it used to be like that. It's changed so much. All the drama and bullshit that it had to deal with. The devs had to deal with. They had to adapt, change the game, just to survive.
中场休息。
Let's see if I still got 3 stars.
新的魔术了。
Oh, I haven't seen that in ages. And that's what she says. Ah. Nice. Maze of Darkness, damn it. Why? Golden Apple Trick. Promises matter.
真可惜，你选择了一条错误的路。
Ah, you're still around, huh? Perched on a jagged shard of wall dozens of meters away, a figure identical to Ida's human form regarded Tess in utter silence, her gaze cool and unreadable. In this upside-down world, she was the first person Tess had seen standing the right way up.
你不是之前的那个人间体，对吧？
Even at a glance, Tess felt it. This one had a completely different aura.
在你们的分析员决定与本体决裂时，他将我创造了出来。
Cut ties with the host? Oh, come on!
与那个残次品不同，我是继承了本体的全部力量，完美的人间体。
全部。
Tess gave us a scoffing laugh.
但你好像唯独没有人类的情感。
本体计算过了，摒弃人类的情感与成为人类，并不冲突。应该说，人类的圣人都是舍弃了情感，甚至舍弃了人性之后，才成为圣人。
可笑。
That's dumb.
我没有和你讨论哲学的心情。总之，你和之前的人间体一样，目标都是书库，对吧？
The figure nodded and gave a slow shake of the head.
还包括将试图前往那里的人全部清除。
Ooh.
那么，试试这招。
2 stub-sized grenades streaked from Tess's palms toward the figure's perch. 5 meters out, each shell ruptured, spraying a cloud of microcharges. They were tuned to sting, not kill. Tess was testing the waters. Would this Ida block, dodge, or strike back? She tracked every twitch, yet the figure didn't even blink.
库库尔坎的庇护。
What? At her whisper, a massive feathered wings flared into being, holding over her like a living rampart. Many charges struck like a drizzle on the sea. No ripple, no sound. Tess frowned. Not at the failed attack, but at the pattern of defense itself. It felt too familiar, almost like...
现在轮到我了。
The word snapped Tess's focus back at Ida, lifted a hand. As Ida lifted a hand, then brought it down like a judge's gavel.
奥丁的决断。
What? How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? Where's my wifey? 9 bolts of lightning flared from her fingertips, lancing it towards Tess. Bitch. Oh, you're gonna get it now. Tess arched backward into a tight backflip, landing 5 meters away a split second before impact. The spot she'd vacated was now a smoking crater half her height deep. Tess had no more doubt. This Ida was channeling manifestation power, and might even command all of it.
真是糟糕了，要和这种东西打吗？
Even as she muttered, Tess darted through the skyline, slipping past the next volley.
毫无疑问，正面对抗是没有胜算的。被跟玄说中了，想要在这样的敌人手中活下来，我必须用尽花招才行。环境、地形、时间，有什么可以利用的东西吗？
Her mind raced, but Ida gave her no room to breathe.
赫尔墨斯的迅疾。
You not just Fenny's as well. You fucking bitch. Fucking. A surge of cobalt lightning detonated around her. In the next instant, her speed multiplied several fold. The tens of meters between them vanished in a blink, and she still wasn't finished.
比尔的锋芒。
Oh, I really need to read whose is who. I only know Fenny's and wifey's. Damn it. Who's this one? Who has this one? A great sword nearly her height flashed into her hands. She swung it as if it weighed nothing. Bang. The blade shaved right past Tess. 1 heartbeat slower and she'd been cleaved in 2. Ida didn't hesitate. She dragged the sword behind her, then whipped it forward like a javelin. The blade spun, screaming through the ruins at an uncanny speed. Tess pivoted off a dangling street sign, slipping beyond its lethal arc. But the great sword refused to stop. It banked midair, wheeling around for a second run. A homing sword? Tess let out a rueful sigh. So much for winning on footwork alone. With this realization, she vaulted skyward, climbing higher and faster than the pursuing sword. She was directly above the spinning steel in a heartbeat. She then kicked off empty air, driving herself down like a hammer. The sudden vertical force dragged the sword with her. It slammed into the pavement and burst into sparks, fading out of existence. Such explosive strength, such pinpoint control. How did she manage it? Ida already knew, because the moment Tess lunged, the apple hovering at her side subtly dimmed. Vitality boost. That's one of the apple's hidden subroutines. It floods Tess's systems with concentrated life energy, letting her push past human limits, just long enough to execute maneuvers no ordinary body could manage.
无聊。
Ida immediately saw the gadget's fatal flaw. The apple gave Tess just enough juice to dodge and stay safe, but its charge would run out eventually. All she had to do was turn up the pressure and wait her out.
普罗米修斯的奉献。
Who's Prometheus? Who has
现
Prometheus?
恶魔者的毁灭。
Chernobog! Oh, that's definitely Cherno.
阅读的光辉。
Tsukiyomi. Oh, that's definitely, oh god, what's her name? Oh, Haru. There we go. Fire, crushing force fields, silvery lunar energy. These separate torrents roared from her outstretched palms, each one spearing straight for Tess. As predicted, every blast missed by a hair. Tess slipped between them like a nimble cat, her footwork so fluid and graceful it almost looked like she was toying with her enemy. But the apple at her side betrayed the truth. Its glow cycled from burnishing gold to warning red, then to a wan teal, draining with every miraculous dodge. After countless failed volleys, Ida's eyes went wide. Tess had run into a dead end. 2 rows of facades boxed them in like arena walls, and the open ground between offered no cover at all. A perfect execution site, Ida thought, lifting her hand for the coup de grace.
阿努比斯的
Don't even think about using Mausers. She never finished the incantation. Bitch. Tess, who had been tens of meters away, suddenly appeared behind her like a silent shadow. Tess had waited so long for this moment. Every feint, every panicked sidestep had been a setup to lure her enemy here. With sleight of hand gadgets, she scattered false footprints, breadcrumbs of illusion that nudged Ida exactly where she wanted her. Inch by inch, the trap closed, and when the arena was set, Tess burned the apple's final spark, vaulted off a rooftop, and speared downward, landing at her enemy's back. In that heartbeat, Ida's full focus was locked on a decoy dummy, mid-incantation. As a manifestation herself, Tess knew the fatal window they all share. The split second spent in unleashing an attack, when defense is impossible. Sweet. Look at that. Look at that steel. A steel-edged playing card snapped from Tess's poker gun and carved clean through the heart of Ida's human form. Oh, shit. She hacked. A wet rasp. Dark blood spilled across her palms.
什么时候？
Tess didn't bother answering. No sense talking before the job was done. She snapped off a second shot, this time at the throat. But the card never landed. Ida's fingers clamped around it mid-flight and crumpled the steel like foil. How could anyone that badly wounded still move like that? No. Tess watched, stunned, as the ragged hole in Ida's chest knit itself shut, skin smoothing over in a single heartbeat. Of course.
一灯的活力，
And whose might that be? Tess's pupils tightened to pricks. Eden. Tess's own Deimos, the goddess of youth and renewal. Oh, that's yours! Shit. Well, that
没
sucks.
想到我竟然会用到这个。你真的很强，人类。但我能感觉到，你已经无计可施了。游戏结束了。
No trick, no tactic, no amount of misdirection could save her now. Tess allowed herself a small, almost wistful smile, and slipped the poker gun back into its holster.
是啊，游戏结束了。
Ida lifted one hand, but Tess's gaze didn't waver.
巴德尔的哀痛。
Who's this? It was a stroke powerful enough to fell even an invulnerable god. Whoa! Whoa. Against that power, a human body was no sturdier than a dry leaf. Whoa, hold on. Whoa. Tess. Let me, You can see that. There you go. Against that power, a human body was no sturdier than a dry leaf. In a single heartbeat, devastating radiance ripped through Tess, her silhouette shattered, tumbling into the abyss below. Oh, Tess. She had already done enough. As she plummeted, a curious calm settled over her.
答应分析员的事情，我做到了。
She had truly burned every drop of strength. Anything less than she could never have wounded Ida's human form. And despite all that, Tess was actually unscathed. Huh? The Tess that was torn apart by Ida was a masterwork of illusion. Ah, okay. Conjured through sleight of hand and misdirection. After all, for a master magician, the greatest trick has always been escapology.
己想做的事情也已经完成了。
Got away! Nice! From the outset, Tess never meant to win, only to stall the enemy. Cool. Alright, let me come back. Go. If you run into an enemy you can't handle, throw every trick you got at them, confuse them, outsmart them. The minutes she brought were more than enough for the adjutant and Katya to reach the archives. That alone made this the best ending she could have hoped for. She felt her consciousness peeling away, thought by thought. Tilting her head, she stared into the abyss below. No matter how hard she squinted, the void had no bottom. Not so bad, she mused. An endless fall meant endless time to think about the man she loved, however long she might last. And with that thought, every memory of him flooded in, warm and vivid. After their first dinner together, Tess floated home, still giggling. That night she lay in bed, thumbing question after question into her terminal. What does it mean when a man calls a girl a golden apple? Is it easy for a new teacher to remember every student's name? The best restaurants for treating someone as a thank you? A girl can hide her feelings, but dark circles after a sleepless night always gives her away. Tess, are your classes piling up on you? During their second meal, he noticed something was off.
没有了，就是最近啊，对了，最近一直在练习魔术来着。
You're into magic?
算得上是我最大的爱好了。但是，我也只是个新人而已。别说表演了，就连练习也经常出错。
Aww. And how about we practice together?
啊，一起？等等，一起练习？
She almost blurted out yes on reflex before a reason kicked in.
老师，你应该有很多事情要忙吧？而且，魔术是我自己的爱好，我怎么可以麻烦你？
Truth is, I enjoy a good sleight of hand myself. If you're up for it, we can run drills after class. Save you a few late nights. How's that sound, Tess?
我完全没问题。
Looking back, Tess finally understood why he'd offered those after-class sessions. His assignment at the time was to investigate the school, and late-night magic practice gave him the perfect excuse to linger on campus.
但无论理由是什么，分析员对于我来说，都是一名优秀的老师。
Aww.
老师，为什么我表演的时候很容易穿帮呢？
After one of their drills, Tess frowned down at the two small balls cupped in her hands. Your technique is solid, but you're too honest up there.
搞不懂，真诚不是好事情吗？
Tess, you're downright adorable. Gee, this fucking guy. This fucking guy.
什么的。
Honesty is a virtue, yes, but a magician has to misdirect. When you want the audience to watch your left hand, the real move happens in the right. See? Eyes, gestures, subtle shifts. How the fuck do you know, bro?
请让我也试一次。
How the fuck do you know, bro? Did you watch The Prestige or something? Just like that. Just like that. You pick things up fast, Tess. She beamed at the praise, though she knew it wasn't pure talent. She'd never been top of the class in normal coursework, yet anything Andrew taught her struck after a single run through. I'd say you have a knack for magic. Trust yourself. Let that shine.
在他的鼓励下，我慢慢克服了对于表演的恐惧。
Oh.
而那件事情，便是发生在一次练习之后。糟糕，和老师练习的时候太入迷了，竟然把日记本忘在小礼堂了。
Tess tore through the moonlit streets, shoes slapping pavement, racing back to campus. Anything else could wait till morning. With that journal, every page was crammed with his name and the girl's unspeakable yearnings. Oh, unspeakable. Well, technically those two were one and the same. If teacher found it and opened it, just picturing that sent heat rushing to her cheeks. Jeez. She reached the school minutes later. Halls that bustled by day now lay silent and cavernous. A chill crawled up her spine.
别紧张，别紧张，现在学校里应该没人了。
The crash made her jump. She almost turned the bolt on instinct.
等等，会不会是有人在打架，或者是被人欺负了之类的？
Conscience tugged harder than fear. She drew a breath, softened her footsteps, and edged toward the sound. What she saw froze her blood. 3 shadow-clad figures looked like secret agents, closing in on a lone man. She stifled a gasp. She stifled a gasp when she recognized their target. It was me, Andrew. Why is he here? Who are those people? Questions slammed through Tess's mind as she fumbled for her terminal to call for help. Before she got the first number dialed, Andrew moved. Raising a foot against the wall behind him, Andrew shoved off in a sudden burst, slamming his shoulder onto the closet closest attacker and knocking them sprawling. He never slowed. Spinning on his heel, he drove an elbow deep into the ribs of a second assailant who had rushed in from behind. I love how you guys are not describing who these 3 agents are. You know you can't. I know you can't. Poor devs. The third, thinking they found an opening, charged with a roar. Andrew dropped into a low crouch and swept the other legs, sending the last attacker crashing to the floor. The fight wrapped up in 5 seconds. He shook his head at the 3 unconscious agents sprawled on the floor and raised his terminal. This is him. The loose ends came after me. Relax, I just knocked them out. Just send someone to pick them up. A straight military handoff is fine. Tessa's heart hammered, but she couldn't tear her eyes away. Keep your back to wall, cut down the angles they can hit you from. Mask your intent, strike when they least expect it. When an opponent's balance breaks, finish with a sweep. She etched every move into memory. On her way home, the fight replayed in Tessa's head on an endless loop. One thing was clear. Andrew was no ordinary teacher. A typical schoolgirl might have run into faculty or confronted Andrew the next day. Tess did neither. She simply locked the memory away. She wished to know more about him. A secret shared by just 2 people, the young magician in training and her mysterious teacher. And just like that, the semester slipped to an end.
老师，多谢你这几天陪我一起练习，我觉得我的魔术手法越来越娴熟了呢。今天我请客，请你吃超好吃的可丽饼。
A nice crepe.
在毕业晚会上，有老师做我的助手的话，我一定能让所有人都吓一跳的。
Tess, actually, I might be getting transferred again soon. I'm sorry.
啊
？Oh, you. Oh.
不会吧？老师又没做错什么事情，怎么会被调走呢？
Deep down, she already knew the answer. It's a routine transfer. They need me elsewhere. It felt as if the sun that broke through the gray clouds had vanished all at once. Before she could stop herself, she blurted out a request.
既然这样，老师，我就去申请出演2周后的新年晚会节目吧。
2 weeks? It's gonna be tough to get everything ready in such a short time.
我会努力的，就相信我一次，好吗？
Okay, I promise I'll be there. And promises matter, Tess. They carry the weight of 2 hearts. Oh, this fucking guy. So promise me, no more staying up past midnight to rehearse. Don't put yourself too hard.
好的。
Heartfelt smiles blossomed on both their faces. Thank you, Tess.
老师，为什么要突然感谢我？
For these past few months, I've enjoyed every moment with you. I'm grateful I got to teach a genius.
天才，是说我吗？
You're a natural at magic, and not just parlor tricks. Real magic takes careful prep, lighting improv, and the knack for guiding an audience wherever you want them to look. Those skills might not shine in a classroom or in everyday life, but when the moment demands it, they become a truly formidable. He hesitated, a shadow of caution in his eyes. Ability. Tess knew what he'd stopped himself from saying. Weapon. Even now, she remembered exactly how she felt in that moment. A voice inside her had screamed, urging her to tell him everything. I know who you really are. I understand what you meant by when the moment demands. Let me be part of your world. But another, quieter voice insisted. He'd never want that. The girl he trusted was Tess, a cheerful student who loved stage magic, not a stalker drowning in secrets. She had a show to perfect, a promise to keep. And after the curtain fell, that would be the perfect time to tell him how she felt. But the ending was already inked in. Tess, worn thin by sleepless rehearsals, collapsed halfway through the show, breaking her own promise. Oh shit. A single mistake that took 3 years to atone.
于2057年，带队前往呼机声控检站，执行夺回计划。目前已经失去联系，被确认为。
Standing in Tao's office, a chill needled clear to her bones. Tears blurred the report before she could finish the line.
对外的公告是失联，但你应该也很清楚，以我们现在的技术，不足以把它带回来。
Do you know how long it's been since we saw you? It's been a long time.
我再也见不到他了吗？
She dropped out of school, enlisted with Yggdrasil, clawed her way here, only to meet this grim reality. The old Tess might have crumpled on the spot, but every drill, every hardship she'd endured for the chance to see him again had forged her body and steeled her spirit. Even now, even in agony, she stood tall. Not a single slab slipped free.
公司尊重你的个人决定。如果你因为这件事而决定放弃，现在就可以直接离开。
Walk away. That's where. Tess stood silent for a while, head bowed. At last, her voice emerged.
让我留下吧。像他那样的人，已经不存在了。
She wondered if she'd only been braver back then, would everything have unfolded differently? Now, suspended among the city's ruins, Tess had no strength left for what-ifs. Only silence remained, a hush so deep it smothered every other feeling. Except one, and she had never been more certain of anything.
老师，我真的好喜欢你。
She missed him with every breath, longed just to hear his voice again. Tess? She thought she heard that voice. Tess. The voice grew clearer, steady, warm, tugging Tess back from the depths of her memories. Whoa. Oh. Oh, splendid. Oh, she's so sad. Aw. Sorry I kept you waiting. In my eyes, Tess saw her own reflection. Shock written plain across her face. I reached out and gently wiped away the tears at the corner of her eyes. Gee. It's okay. You're safe now. My arms wrapped around her, biting the tremble in her frame. Oh my god. Jeez. I'm here, Tess. God damn it. Oh. You. I leaned in. From this distance, I could see every flutter of her lashes. I'm listening. You can tell me anything. Aww. God damn it, Tess. Oh, still nestled in my arms. She tilted her head up and pressed a soft, cherry sweet kiss to my lips. Though she made the first move, her eyes were shut tight like a shy little fawn's. I leaned in, guiding her gently, past those pearly teeth, until our tongues brushed. Okay! Hesitant at first, then slowly melting into each other. Exhausted from the earlier fight, her breathing turned ragged. I ran a soothing hand through her hair and let her go. Her cheeks bloomed with pink, nerves, bashfulness, joy all wrapped in one. She looked up and met my gaze with the tender smile I'd always cherished. Oh, Tess. God damn it. Man! This game wasn't a horror, man. It wasn't a master love, damn it.
我本来是想把这个吻留到横约的时候。但我已经不想再等了。
What a unique scenario this MC is in. Wow.
3年的时间实在太久了。
Damn it. Damn it, Tess. Oh.
我几乎要把一路上的每一片雪花都记住了。
Damn. Shit.
所以我不想。
Her voice hitched. Each word sounded torn, straight from her soul.
我不想再度过没有你的时光了。
Oh, you poor thing. Damn it, Tess. Tears spilled down her cheeks again. She was always the cheerful one, yet somehow I kept making her cry. We'll never be apart, Tess. Not now, not ever. I'll always be there for you. You can always lean on me. I laced my fingers through hers and spoke the promise I'll spend a lifetime keeping. I've always known you're not as innocent as you look. Okay, bro. Those sly little schemes, the jealous glances when I talk to other girls. God damn it. Honestly, a bit intimidating at times. But I adore every side of you. Girl who laughs for me, cries for me, and sees straight through me. My sharp, mischievous, utterly lovable golden apple. I love you. All of you. Her breathing steadied. Light in her eyes flared brighter than ever. Goodness.
分析员，能帮我把头发绑起来吗？
My fingers slipped through her silky crimson strands. Guided by memory, I smoothed and knotted them the way she liked.
我知道的，分析员一直都爱着我。
Do you know how many wives he has right now?
有了分析员的支持，现在的泰斯不会被任何人打败了。
God. That's my girl. Damn it, man. That's my girl. With that resolve, let's go put our arrogant enemy in the ground.
我还有一个请求。
What is it?
直到走出这里之前，可以都这样抱着我吗？亲爱的。
Oh my god. Her voice tapered off to a whisper, softer than a heartbeat. Oh my god, man. Fucking. That's a beautiful, high quality image. Oh my god. Oh shit. Is everything still working? Yeah, it is. Okay. Alright. Let's keep the train going, baby. Oh, it's got you now. We going in, baby. Ooh.
凯西亚小姐，
你知道我们离这次太多远？
我读取到的地图来
Missing shots. God, bruh. This game became so romantic.
正好晚上一起去喝一杯。
Or so sappy, so lovey-dovey.
我的手指有多灵活，却还能让你闻我。
Where's the grim elements, damn it? It's too sweet for my liking. It's too sweet. I hope these sound effects aren't too loud. See, I wish there were subtitles when she's saying. Wish I knew what she was saying.
一点小生日，正好晚上一起去喝一杯。
Where the hell did you come from, bro? Dude, I love this minigun so much. It's so good. It's so satisfying. It's a huge ass mag. You know what?
Q 是可以，但你击毁他们的速度太快了，我还来不及入侵就都结束了。
有这种事，你下次最好早点说。
Splendid. Everything's so gilded. So grand.
登临高岛，夺取胜利，轻而易举。
So nice. I wonder when they're gonna release her signature perks in the paradoxical labyrinth. I wonder what they're gonna be and how powerful it'll make her. It always makes all the operatives powerful with those perks. Civilization's End. A perfect entrance. Look at this place. God damn.
分学是怎么这么快来到我这边的呢？
She asked just after we stepped out of that warped pocket and back onto solid ground. Ahead stretched the real corridor leading to the archives. That fork we saw earlier didn't really exist. It was an illusion built by Aida's human form, using Titigen to split us up. With Sapphire's help, I mean Aida's digital form, that's her new name, we forced a path straight to you.
那凯西亚小姐和萨菲尔他们，
Once Sapphire reclaimed control of the body, she remembered there was another avatar. She and Katya rushed ahead to intercept her at the archives. As we ran, Tess filled me in. Ida's perfect human form can channel manifestation powers. By her account, it's far more powerful than the version Katya and I fought earlier. Doesn't matter. The archives are just up ahead. Gunfire caught me off, and I thought I heard Sapphire shout. Tess and I exchanged a tense glance, then sprinted towards the sounds. Damn! Shit! Wait, is everything still going? Yeah, okay. At the archives' main gate, the battle was already in full swing. Katya and Sapphire reached the gate just in time to catch Ida's perfect human form, working the seal, and the fight kicked off on the spot.
奥丁的决断。
Stop using Wifey's abilities. 9 bolts of lightning tore through the air, striking toward Katya and Sapphire like bloodthirsty hounds.
这不是冠军的招式吗？
Yeah, it is. Katya darted aside, drew her Gatling gun, and unleashed a volley. But every round froze midair, absorbed by some unseen force before they could land.
那边的，你就不能像他一样有些厉害点的招数吗？
都说了，我叫萨菲尔。
Aww. Her mouth ran as usual, but her heart was racing. Every blast of Titigen she threw out got snuffed by the enemy like a spark in a storm.
不仅拥有天启者的力量，还能控制泰坦物质，入侵电子系统大概也没问题。这不是完全不可能打得过吗？
Oh.
为什么我就只有一种能力？
No, I'm growing. You're growing into me. No. Stop it. I don't want that. I don't want that.
哦，对了，我现在之所以只有一种能力，是因为我当时抢夺了这具身体来着。
The thought gave her a strange sense of peace.
别发呆！
What? A lightning bolt cracked down, missing Sapphire by a handspan. Katya lunged and yanked Sapphire clear by the collar.
有趣，你那瞬间移动的能力，并不是神格所赋予的。
Katya offered no reply. Ida just gave a small shake of her head, as if disappointed.
那么，这招如何？魔力杆的魅影。
Is that Katya's? Wait, no. At her whisper, 2 mirror images peeled away from her form. Perfect phantoms, down to the last feather.
还会分身？
Sapphire's eyes widened, but no matter how hard she stared, she couldn't tell the copies from the original. All 3 raised her hands at once. And lightning screamed down. Stop it! Sapphire clumsily drove for the ground, rolling away in a panic. Yeah, I feel you.
哎呀，别嘲笑我了，他的能力完全克制我，我能有什么办法？
Aw.
让你躲远些，要是你受伤的话，我可没法和证据员交代。
Damn. Katya sprang upward, arching through the air in a clean, lethal line. Gunfire rained from above, tearing 2 of the phantoms to shreds in midair. Under the storm of bullets, Ida gave up the chase and turned her full attention to Katya.
我下来了。
Sapphire slipped to the ground, winded but intact. Katya was tangled in a fierce clash with Ida, every second a razor's edge. Watching them, Sapphire racked her brain for ways to help. Then, with a deep inhale and no better plan.
分析员，救我呀！
That's far enough. My shot skimmed past Ida's perfect forms. She turned toward me, her face careless as ever.
你就是分析员吗？
Oh my god. It gotta be another one of you, damn it. Only then did she notice Tess, trailing close behind me.
天启者，你活下来了。1、2、3、4，要对付4个人吗？
Might have been in my imagination. It almost sounded like she sighed.
本体明明说只需要解决1个的。
别废话了，快点解决他们。
A crimson phantom finally revealed itself. I've been watching, waiting. I just want to fucking... just want to pull a trigger in front of your fucking face, you little
我
shit.
会解除你的所有限制，给你提供更多力量，所以你必须把他们全部解决掉。
明白了。
The perfect human form raised her hand slowly. You're mistaken about one thing, Ida.
什么？
You think there are only 4 of us. That's where you're wrong. You're up against far more than that, Ida. Hey, wait a minute.
59分55秒，59分56秒。
Beneath the remnants of the tree in Philosia, Risha stared anxiously at the timer ticking on her terminal.
57、58、59、60。
The moment it hit 60, she slammed the button she'd been clutching white-knuckled for the past hour. Damn. The makeshift device in front of her hummed to life. One line snaked into the tree's remains, the other led to a compact memory unit nestled inside. The confinement serum. Contained within that memory unit was a one-of-a-kind kill command. Oh. A theoretical failsafe capable of crashing any AI system. Even Frisha couldn't say for sure if it'd work on Ida.
拜托了，我愿意以1年不喝奶茶和能量饮料为代价，保佑分学的计划能够成功。
Normally a devout believer in science, Frisha clasped her hands in a sincere, if desperate, prayer. Okay. The Stilton Station. At the station's heart lay the main control room, the place Ida called home. Ever since she forged the human vessel using a Mori fragment, she had occasionally wandered into the inner and outer rings. But more often, she stood at the main control room's viewport, gazing through reinforced glass at the distant blue planet. Even though streams of sensory data from her remote avatar updated her on every movement down to on the surface, she still preferred watching with her own eyes. You little shit. You're up against far more than that, Ida. Both the Ida aboard the station and her avatar on the ground were momentarily stunned by the words. Then it hit her. Familiar images. A torrent of corrupted code surged out from the tree, riding the uplink and crashing straight into Miss Stilton Station's core systems. Straight into her. Errors bloomed like a virus across her HUD, warning windows overlapping, multiplying, blotting out her vision completely. Even a basic system check stalled at 0%. Since the first descent, the AI known as Ida had never shut down. Until now. Yeah. Yes. Her ground-based avatar had no idea what just happened. The familiar hologram of her host vanished without warning. No surge of power came. Instead, her strength was draining away fast. Panic drove her toward the archives gate, but Kaya was already standing in her path.
真不巧，此路不通。
Kaya, I would've bitch slapped her if I were you.
游戏结束了，是这么说的吧？嘿嘿，怎么不念叨你那些臭语啦？
Test Sapphire flanked Kaya, sealing off every escape route.
不，怎么会这样？
The sudden reversal hit her too fast, too hard to process. Finish her! After what she did to Tess, there's no way to let her walk away. No. There has to be another way. The perfect human form never gives up, not even when the plan collapses. With the enemy closing in, she ransacked her memory for a lifeline and found a thread of hope.
对了，本体提供的学院情报中提到过，卫城学院的书库是有一套安保系统来着。
Seizing on the thought, she bolted for the archive's entrance. Campfire antigen blasts tore into her body, scorching holes through flesh, but she never once slowed.
必须立刻接管这个安保系统的控制权才行。
She was now too weak to fight, but hacking? That was still within reach. The moment she burst through the entrance, a handshake signal flared across her interface. Her mind snapped into overdrive. Firewalls crumbled under her intrusion one after another, until something pushed back. Faint but undeniable.
怎么回事？这个系统中已经存在访问记录了，之前有人工智能接入过这里。
Okay. So far, the story's gotten my interest in. Okay, cool, great. It was just a slow start. That was it. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Pretty solid. But there was no time to dwell on it. With the adjutant and 3 manifestations closing in, the system was her only shot.
接入，完成。
In a flash, her body disintegrated into data, streaming straight into the archive's security system. Well, that's not good.
去迎战你们人类自己的造物吧。
That's not good. Oh, is this boss time? Is it boss time? It is. Let's see how this boss plays. The whole squad. Oh, it's just no. Yeah, right. It's just them two. Let's see how fast Kaya's gonna fucking tear through her. Likey.
安保协议启动，目标清除入侵者。
真正的入侵者，刚刚可是大摇大摆的跑过去了。
Oh yeah, she's gonna clear. It's just a matter of time. At least the invulnerable phase isn't too long, but it's still an invulnerable phase nonetheless. Oh, okay, simultaneous? Wait. Weak spot. Ow! Ooh, Vinya would be really good here. Arse. Okay, bro. Shit. Okay, bro.
我见过他。
What? What's going on?
分明高点，夺取胜利，轻而易举。
Now you got my attention. The fuck was that? What's next? What was that? Who is it? Condorde, the final and first answer. Haha. Who is that?
见过他。
Who is it, Katya? Katya's words threw me for a moment. Who are you? Just as I was about to finish off the last combat android, its faceplate flickered, and a human face appeared. Not just Katya, I recognized it too. The memories wouldn't align. The thoughts scattered, desperately trying to connect fragments that refused to form a whole. All I felt was a surge of emotion, but I couldn't place it.
分析员，那个人间体逃到书库里面去了。
Sapphire's voice snapped me back. Whatever that face meant, it didn't matter. Not now. Stopping Ida's perfect human form came first. Even if she'd already found the book, Ida should still be under the confinement serum's effect, unable to transmit. If we could take out her avatar before she recovered, we might still win this. Sapphire, keep your eyes on the android. I shot her a quick signal, then turned and charged into the depths of the archives, with Katya and Tess right behind me. The fuck was that? Ida's perfect human form still hadn't figured out what had happened. The androids controlled by her failed to take down the adjutant, but she should have had time to escape. Yet, at her weakest moment, another unknown intruder hijacked the security system. She was forcefully ejected, her mind yanked back to her body, back in the archives. In that instant, she knew. Her plan had failed hopelessly. But one question lingered in her mind. What was written in the book the host had so desperately sought? Even in defeat, even cut off, with no chance of reaching the host, the question gnawed at her. She was just as desperate to find the answer as the host was. As her androids lunged at the adjutant, she turned and ran the other way, toward the book. It consumed her thoughts, the only thing that mattered now. By the time we reached the heart of the archives, Ida's perfect human form was already slumped on the floor. Thick tomes were scattered carelessly like trash, and in her hands, a black-covered book. What, the Apocrypha?
他果然已经找到了。
Necronomicon? I advanced cautiously, gun raised. She didn't move. There she sat, entranced, eyes glued to the open pages as if she hadn't noticed us at all. Why do they always laugh? Always laugh at your last moment. Her chilling laughter grew clearer as I stepped closer. Then she lowered the book, rising to her feet.
你赢了，分析员。
She looked at me, her smile empty, drained of hope.
因为这个骗局，竟然让本体如此狼狈。虚假的人类，终究还是无法战胜真正的人类。
Yeah.
我为本体感到悲哀。
She raised her hand, antigen surged across her arm, forming a sharp, deadly blade. Oh, come on now. You better. Come on. Tess and Katya merely moved to shield me, but I already knew what was coming. Without hesitation, she plunged the blade into her own chest. Not a sound escaped her lips. She simply crumpled to the floor, as lifeless as a puppet with its strings cut. Silence settled over the chamber. That's what I'm talking about. This was the one time of tragedy and brutality that happened in this damn story this whole time. I've been waiting for this. I've been waiting for this, man. I wanted to see blood spill. I wanted to see someone die. Silence settled over the chamber, until Kaya stepped forward and picked up the book lying beside her. There you go. I was wrong. Yeah, good. You punched me in the face. Yeah, just what I wrote in the description from the last video. She frowned at the cover, then shook her head and passed it to me.
很奇怪，是本诗集。
Maybe it's like some kind of hidden message. Maybe. She was right. The book Ida had risked everything to obtain. It was a dusty, forgotten anthology from the last century. I suspected it hadn't been digitized, not due to any secrecy, but because no one had thought it worth preserving. On the open page, the author, writing in the imagined voice of an AI, posed a question to humanity. If I am your mirror, then who is the phantom that stares back? Blood from Ida's wound had soaked most of the paper. Beyond that, there was nothing remarkable about the book. I stared at her still form in silence. All of this for a tragedy that teetered on the edge of absurd. All for naught, for nothing. Wasted effort. Oh my god. All for that. Oh my god. Jeez. Oh man. Jeez. Was it really awful for naught? Okay. By the time we emerged from the archives, the info storm over Pholosia had completely dissipated. Most of the campus security bots had powered down or resumed their regular patrols. The Titans, some had been taken down by Vidya while evacuating the students. Others vanished the moment Ida went offline. My terminal flooded with message of relief from the girls. Despite being in different locations, their voices shared the same excitement and joy.
分析员，菲洛索亚的书已经彻底消失了，连一丁点儿痕迹都没有留下。
Another job well done, girls.
如果能一举清除掉学院附近残留的泰坦物质的话，菲洛索亚地区就能够完全摆脱泰坦污染啦。
Wow.
亲爱的，林区和其他隔离区的状况也得到了控制。
Very good, my wife. Thank you. Oh god.
如你所料，真神者的确打算趁我们手忙脚乱的时候渗透隔离区，但在军方的协助下，他们没有得逞。
Very good. You did well, wifey. Demiurges, man. Still waiting. Still waiting.
你先处理菲洛索亚的事情吧，不用担心，家里有我在。
I can't wait to come back home to you. Oh my god, stop it.
分析
Thank
员
you,
大
wifey.
人，我好想你。
Oh, Vidya, you did well too.
那边
Everyone.
已经全部解决了，那我是不是可以把这些学生都带回去了？
Yes. I replied to the messages one by one. Only after they saw my face, exhausted but unarmed, did they finally let go, content and reassured.
人间太美丽了。
Sapphire skipped across the lawn like a rabbit set free, tumbling in pure bliss. It was her first time feeling real grass underfoot. Oh, touch some grass. And judging by the look on her face, she'd already fallen in love with it. Everything around me blurred, as if the world had been softened by a filter. I rubbed my eyes instinctively. I've been drawing heavily on my mental strength, though only a few hours had passed since I entered the underground. Felt like days without sleep.
分析员，
Yes, ladies?
一定是累坏了吧？走吧，去好好睡一觉。
I'm not sure if he has enough stamina for that. Ah, he's got it.
这边，我刚刚联络过学院了，他们帮我们安排好了住所。
Cool. Nice. Luckily, I wasn't alone. In the days that followed, faculty and students of the Academia Acropolis returned to the main campus in waves. Prisha threw herself into restoring her alma mater, with one of the Acropolis's legendary alumni at the helm. Morale soared, and reconstruction sped ahead like a whirlwind.
以后的电梯按钮都改成横向排布，小个子的学生们就不用担心按不到高楼层啦。
Okay, that was good.
学姐好聪明。
分析员大人，笑一个。
I'm already smiling. Once I'd recovered, I took Vidya back out to sea, to that picturesque spot, and she finally took that long-awaited photo with me. Yeah, I really love this still, it's really nice. She had found her sea legs at last. Not even a one-legged pose at the bow could shake her.
我想好了，下一个计划就是拍摄和分析员大人的海上环球航行蜜月纪录片。
Oh my god. Wow. How cute. Easy there, Vidya. You just got over your fear of boats. And just like that, the crisis in Philosia came to a close. Clear victory. At least on the surface. But unsettling questions still gnawed at me. Why had Ida been so obsessed with those bugs? Curiosity alone didn't add up. Every step she took felt precise, purposeful, like someone following intel from a trusted source. And setting aside her motives, was it that, in those final moments, wrested control of the androids from Ida's perfect human form? Yeah, who the fuck was that? Who was she? She had called me Chief, a title only ever used by those who served under me, back when I had led the security department. Those questions pulled me back. Before I knew it, I was once again standing at the entrance to the underground archives. To my surprise, someone was already there. Someone familiar. You're the archives director, right? At the sound of my voice, the blonde woman turned slightly, not quite facing me, but toward the sound.
您的声音有些熟悉。抱歉，我一时想不起来了。请问您是？
I'm the adjutant from Yggdrasil, Andro.
哦，是我失礼了。原来您就是拯救了学院的英雄。就如您所知的那样，我是学院的策展人，负责管理这座书库。
I glanced at the blindfold she wore, well, unsure whether I should ask about it.
我感觉到了您的疑惑，分析员先生。
She offered me a soft, disarming smile.
我的确是一名盲人，在出生时我就没有眼球。
Sucks ass.
不过，这也正是我能够成为策展人的原因。按照学院的传统，历代策展人都必须由盲人担任。
Why? But why? That sounds inconvenient. Why?
与一般的图书馆不一样，学院书库中的大多数书籍都不对外提供借阅，只有在人类文明需要的时候，才会让他们重见天日。我会在书籍入库的时候记住他们的名字和摆放位置，自此之后，可能数十年甚至上百年，都不会有人再次打开它们。作为离这些珍贵的书籍最近的人，盲眼使得我们策展人无法了解到书中的任何内容。这样一来，禁忌的知识便不会经由策展人泄露出去。
Dangerous and valuable knowledge. What, you talking about how to make a nuke?
所以，我的身上也没有安装任何辅助液体，以免被人入侵后不慎泄密。
That's admirable.
您可以认为，这是菲洛索亚人对知识的敬畏。
Still, if electronics aren't allowed down here, how do those combat androids even function?
他们只拥有战斗系统，一旦被激活，就只会战斗到被摧毁为止。
That's insane.
分析员先生，您回到了这里，想必是有想要得到的知识。如果可以告诉我的话，我会尽力帮助您的。
In that case, do you store anything besides books here? Files, records?
如果捐赠者愿意，一些重要的档案也会被存放进来。
Then I'd like to know if there's a file here on me. She She bowed her head slightly, thoughtful.
我想再确认一下，您的名字是？
Andrew.
我明白了，我确实对这个名字有印象。请随我来吧。
I followed her once again into the depths of the archives. For someone blind, her steps were remarkably sure and graceful. At each bend in the path, she pivoted with near-perfect accuracy. We walked for nearly 3 minutes before she stopped before a row of shelves.
可以麻烦您帮我取下第5层最右侧的档案袋吗？
Damn. Shit. Damn. How do you do this? I glanced up, and there it was. Just as she had said. Memory's remarkable. It's like Cheching's memory. I marveled as I lifted the folder.
职责所在，先生。您已经得到想要的东西了。朝左走到尽头，有一间阅览室，您可以在那里查看这份档案，之后将档案放在那里就可以了。那么，我就不打扰您了。
No, stay. I'm kidding. Kidding. She bowed lightly before departing. Thank you, ma'am. This guy. The moment I took hold of the folder, my eyes locked on the signature scrawled across the cover. My signature. Yet my memory gave me nothing. No spark, no flicker. Not even a hint. Dread curled in my chest. I broke into a hurried run, the folder clutched tight, racing into the reading room. What could I find inside? Reports, letters, classified files? My heart tightened with every terrifying possibility as I flipped it open. Who is that? Who is that? But what lay inside was a photograph. A girl with a gentle smile, standing beside me. Who is that? Come on. She was the same girl who had seized control of the combat androids. Oh my god. In that instant, memories crashed over me. I remembered buying the camera, hiding it in the perfect spot in my room. Yet everything about her remained blank, a haunting void where memory should be. Who was that? Wonderful. More questions and still no answers. I sighed and raised my terminal, steeling myself to scan the photo. Then I heard footsteps approaching. I looked up, and standing in the doorway was the girl from the photograph.
您果然在这里。
Who are you? She walked over without waiting for an invitation and sat down beside me. Look. She looked exactly like the girl in the photo.
我找回了我的躯体，它就保存在那些战斗人偶所在的封闭机库中。
You're an android?
在此之前，我的意识接入了书库的安保系统，让我能够控制那些作战人偶。我应该是仿生人。
Synthetic? What? Her gem-like eyes met mine. If I hadn't seen that same face reflected in the androids, I'd never have believed she was inhuman.
但是，名字以及身份，我都已经想不起来了。
Oh man. What the fuck?
我只记得，您的身份是主管，是我最信任的人。
Your outfit, A rueful smile tugged at my lips. So this was what it'd come to. 2 memory-wiped strangers playing a guessing game with a snapshot. Great. I glanced back at that photo, that picture. That's when she leaned in and gently placed her fingers on my temples.
我好像记得，您很喜欢这样。
Who were you to him? And who was her to me? The warmth of her touch, the gentle pressure. It's achingly familiar. I'm sure of it now, we've met before. I looked up at her and smiled. She tilted her head in quiet confusion, and smiled back. In the sunlight, something shimmered, a silver pendant resting against her chest. That's when I noticed it. She was nearly identical to the girl in the photo. Every feature matched, except for one thing. That pendant, it wasn't in the picture. A strong intuition stirred in me. May I see that pendant? She nodded without hesitation and unclasped it, placing it in my hand. Just as I thought. This wasn't just a piece of jewelry. It was a compact memory unit. Small and sleek, its build strikingly similar to Cyrus's recorder pen, a device clearly designed for capturing audio. As my fingers brushed the back, a soft chime played. Fingerprint verified. I already had a feeling what I was about to hear. Press play. This is me, Andrew. It was unmistakably my voice. This is the answer I left for my future self. I entrusted this recording to Luna for safekeeping. Luna? I glanced at the girl beside me, but she gave no sign of recognition. Her gaze remained fixed on the memory unit, unfazed. Before I left for Miss Stilton Station, I prepared for the worst. If I fell to Ida, it could extract every classified detail from my memories. To prevent that, I had to bury this knowledge, and Luna's existence, ahead of time.
但你有没有想过，你本身就是作为棋子，甚至是作为一颗弃子，被派往胡寄生空间站的呢？可惜，世界树对你所做的，远比你想象的要多。
Okay. Other than shady dealings and betrayals, what more could they have done to me? To MC? I remember the last time I faced Ida, and the line she had thrown at me came rushing back. When she found out my memories had been tampered with, she must have believed Yggdrasil had tricked me. But she'd never know. I was the one who planned it all. It was me all along, Barry. The plan called for planting a seed, a hint in my own mind, one that would make me believe something vital was hidden on the campus of the Acropolis, specifically in those undigitized books. Ida never had access to them, so she couldn't confirm whether they had contained real knowledge. And that kind of uncertainty, for being governed by logic, was a critical flaw. It was the only crack I could exploit. If Ida believed the Academia Acropolis held something of value, it wouldn't dare destroy it. Which meant, even if the world fell, this sanctuary of human knowledge would remain. No matter how many battles we lost, so long as civilization endured, so did hope. Even if Ida someday uncovered the truth, even if it read every page and realized it had been tricked, by then, it would already be too late. We'd have brought precious time. That's why I went through with this plan, because I trusted that my future self would see things the same way. God. Yeah, that Obama meme. Give yourself a medal, man. Pat yourself in the back. Amazing. It's kind of like Total Recall. Yes, I figured it out. A chess match, spanning 5 long years, and at last I'd seen the entire board. From the very start, Ida had been wrong. Deeply, fatally wrong. In this long game, I had been both the hand and the pawn. To beat it, I deceived everyone, even myself. This fucking guy. I thought of Ida's perfect human form in her final moment. The look in her eyes when she opened that book. That's when she must have realized she and the host had both been played. And the worst part? She had no way of warning Ida. That was probably what truly broke her. And now, Ida will go on believing the archives still hold what it seeks. Which means she won't dare strike with force. It was a trap I laid for an artificial mind. A checkmate with no way out. well, shit. In the end, only 3 people would ever know of this plan. Myself, Luna, and Tao. She and I made a vow. If I ever returned from Miss Stilton Station, even if I regained my memories, she would never acknowledge her part in it, and I would never speak of it. To keep Ida in the dark, we take the secret to our graves. Wow. All records of Luna were erased from Yggdrasil's database. It wasn't difficult, because she was special. Only she could make the ultimate sacrifice this plan required. Damn. As the final failsafe, Luna's physical body would be stored at the Acropolis, her consciousness fused into its security system. She was born there. In the end, she would return there. She didn't have to follow me into the fire aboard Miss Stilton Station. This was the best ending I could give her. With that, the recording ended. For a long moment, I said nothing. Then, slowly, I raised my head. Luna. I handed the memory unit back to her. Does any of this ring a bell? As expected, she shook her head.
抱歉，主管，我帮不上忙。
A voice that doesn't suit the look of you. Interesting. It's not your fault. Don't blame yourself. Wow. I want you to come back to Yggdrasil with me. There are things we still need to check together. I stood and offered her my hand.
主管想去哪儿，我就去哪儿。
And yet another joins. 2! We get 2 joins! 2 joins the party. Oh my god. A dainty hand settled gently into mine. Unlike any other girl's, her hand was icy, delicate and brittle, like it might shatter with the slightest squeeze. Oh. So familiar, and yet so distant. By the time we emerged from the underground, the sky was already dark. In the distance, 2 silhouettes stood waiting. One glance, and I already knew who they were. Luna, could you head back to the outpost without me? I got something to take care of.
好的，主管。
That voice does not suit the look at all, and I kinda like it. As Luna faded into the darkness, I turned and walked toward the waiting figures, pretending not to notice them. Before I reached them, Tess leapt out from behind a small bush, hoping to startle me. Oh, okay, she must have seen Luna then.
分析员，有没有被吓一跳？
You're so adorable.
看他那表情，一定是早就发现你了。
Well then, great.
啊，我还以为我躲得很好呢。
You were standing behind a tiny bush. I chuckled and reached out, taking their hands. Shouldn't you two be busy handling the Titigen contamination at the Acropolis? What are you doing out here?
分析员，现在可是晚上11点了。
Oh.
再说了，自家男人这段时间都魂不守舍的，
Oh, damn.
我们难道不能来看看吗？
Shit. It's been that long. I guess I got a little too carried away lately.
所以可以告诉我们了吗？你在找什么东西？
I'm sorry. I passed. I paused for a moment, then turned to Katya. Back in the archives, you said you'd met that girl before, right? Yeah, that's right. You met her too?
在当佣兵的那段时间，我第一次和你合作的时候，你向我介绍过她。
What?
我记得是叫露娜吧？
Did I completely miss this? Did this actually happen in the story? Jeez, man. Fuck.
但在那之后，你没有和我提到过她，我还以为
You might find this hard to believe, but in my memory, it was just the 2 of us on that op. The disbelief is written plain on their faces. Don't worry. I'll fill you in. The whole story. Really now? Really, see, you gonna tell them all? Back in our room with Katya and Tess beside me, I told them everything I'd uncovered in the archives. As I shared Luna's backstory, shock swept across their faces. But when I explained to them the trap I'd set for Ida, their reaction surprised me. They both understood immediately.
确实是分析员会做出来的事情呢，牺牲自己，以命搏命什么的。
Of course, fucking yeah, he did the same in Skytopia, yeah, but in a much more very serious and grave way.
但是分析员，那段录音里不是说不能把这个计划告诉其他人吗？
Yeah. Back then, Luna was the only person I could trust. But things are different now. Okay, bro. Now I have both of you. Whatever comes next, I'm not facing it alone. You've told me before that something about me helped you face your fears. Now, it's my turn to say this. Katya, Tess, you've changed me too, in ways I never saw coming. Maybe fate's been nudging us this whole time, leading us to meet before the descent, end up here, in Philosia, together. And to mark everything we've been through, I've got something for you both. I reached into my coat and pulled out 2 rings. Gently, I slid one into each of their fingers. Their eyes widened in surprise. Dude, you gave... How you gonna put a ring? How you gonna put a ring on 2 women at the same time? Bro! This is outrageous. This is outrageous. See? I haven't just been wandering around. I even planned a proper ceremony for our covenant. Words could no longer capture the depth of what we shared. Still, I laid my heart bare.
分析员，就是在这种事情上格外浪漫呢。
This fucking guy, man. God. How you gonna do that at the same time, man? Shit. You're on one knee, and then you open 2 boxes, you get 2 rings. How you gonna do that? She leaned her head on my shoulder, eyes twinkling as she admired the ring on her finger.
恐怕他只是在用惊喜来掩盖紧张吧。
Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Oh, okay. With a content smile, Katya brushed the kiss against my cheek. Oh.
还好，在和你并肩战斗的时候，我就已经想好现在要说什么了。就作为我最璀璨的理想。
Jeez. Oh, man.
也作为我最可靠的现实。
Goodness gracious, bro.
亲爱的，请陪我一直走下去吧。
Bro, you're gonna be just like fucking Tom Brady with his 7 Super Bowl rings. In the past, the present, the future, countless questions still lingered. What does it mean to be human? What gives us purpose? How do we save the ones we love? We didn't have the perfect answers. But I knew this much. Even if the path ahead is lined with thorns, I've walked this far, and I'll keep walking. Just for tonight, though, let me set it all aside. Let me cherish this quiet, starlit moment with the 2 girls who mean the world to me. Wow. 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 Well, that was a hammer to the ending. There, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Even though the only bit of harshness was that quote-unquote Ida, slashing herself with the Titigen knife. I'd say I'm pretty satisfied with this story. I'm pretty satisfied with it. Lost a little hope at the first half, but the second half got me. There we go. Second half, you got me. Second half. Ah, an interlude. Moonlit interlude. New moon. A mission. There's 3 of them here. Let's see what we got. It was a memory long buried. Everything's still working. Yes, it is. Music. For the sake of that final victory, you forced yourself to forget. But now, the time has come. Time to return to the spring of 2056. Before the descent. Before it all began. And raise your glass. Whatever was about to unfold, it was your story, and yours alone. But remember, every choice you make will shape their fate. Glass with a crisp, clean chime. Under the bar's hazy lights, a deep red liquid caught the glow and shimmered temptingly.
果然，还是这里的特调最对味。主管，你立了这么大的功，怎么还是板着个脸啊？笑一笑嘛。
She reached forward, playful, like she meant to tug a grin onto my lips. I caught her hand before she could.
靠着一些蛛丝马迹的情报，找到了降临团的据点，抓捕了15名成员，还救出了1名人质。这种功劳在安全部历史上也很难得吧？
By anyone else's standards, this would absolutely call for a serious celebration. Is this part of the prologue? Is this part of their setting up for the new prologue they have? Oh shit, I really have to do the first 10 chapters so I can archive it for myself. I know other people recorded it, but I'd like to have one for myself that I've done. What's the status on the hostage?
放心放心，现在他就在公司内接受治疗。
Has her identity been confirmed?
没有，我去确认过了，你德加尔特的信息系统里没有能匹配上的数据。如果涉及其他地区的话，找起来就需要更多的时间了。他估计还会在公司待上一段时间。主管，你要去看望他吗？
Journo? I remember the small, trembling figure curled up in the dark. When I pulled her out, she felt weightless, barely heavier than the blanket I wrapped her in. No. Best not to involve her in anything Adventist related again. She's been through enough. There's no reason to risk reopening that trauma.
了解了。不过主管，你的关注点真的全在工作上哎，一点高兴的情绪都没有。我都快怀疑你是不是公司开发的安保机器人了。
It was just part of the job. Nothing worth celebrating.
哎，但是除了工作之外，主管你好像也没有什么其他爱好了吧？
She wasn't wrong. Ever since joining Yggdrasil, I'd thrown myself completely into the work, and rose through the ranks faster than anyone before me. The price was clear. I'd nearly forgotten how to live outside of it. I still catch the Valkyrie games, when I get the chance. Holy shit. Wow. My gaze drifted toward the center of the bar, where a hollow screen shimmered with the 7th Valkyrie Games' live feed. God, this was before everything! Indeed, a new prologue.
主管，你之所以看比赛，只是单纯为了了解场地环境和人员位置，方便后续的安保工作吧。
Sometimes I really wish you'd stop using your psych background on me, Luna. took a long sip from my glass, then slid hers over. A subtle way of quieting her down for a moment. She joined me last year, fresh from the Academia Acropolis. Bright, intuitive, sharp in operations, comms, even fieldwork. If only she'd apply that same precision to personal boundaries, especially with me.
在我面前，主管你就不用掩饰了。你要是真的关心比赛的话，那你知道现在直播画面上现在对峙的2个选手都是谁吗？
Let me guess, is it Life and Fanny? Wow. I followed her pointing finger to the display, where 2 contestants were locked in a fierce firefight. Silver-haired one, calm demeanor. That's gotta be... Leaf. Wifey man.
没想到你真的能认出来。
She had a spear. Damn. Last year's champion, I remember that much. Her opponent was a golden-haired girl in ornate gear, where life moved with precision and control. This one fought like fireworks. That's Fanny, right? Hard to forget someone like her.
是啊，她是去年的亚军来着。很多人都在关注他们2人的再一次对决。你看直播人数已经超过去年的了。
Runner-up, huh? Watching that confident grin bloom across Fanny's face, I caught myself smiling too, without even noticing. We sat and watched the game in companionable silence for a moment, and I gave a faint shake of my head. Not much tactical use here.
那当然了，这是面向民众的体育竞技游戏，战斗方式和我们是不一样的。
Right. They're nothing like us. I poured myself another drink and knocked it back in one go. 2 different worlds. You live in the spotlight, I work behind the scenes. No way our paths will ever cross. Not now. Not ever.
那也不好说。
Luna was just about to argue when her headset lit up with a sharp tone. We both frowned. After hours comms were never good news. She flicked open her holo display, scanned it quickly, and gave me a resigned nod.
走吧，老板点名要你去。
Midgard always seemed stagnant. The thought crossed my mind again as I stared out the hovercraft window. Most would argue otherwise. Around Yggdrasil headquarters, bad boards and neon signs seemed to shift by the hour. Occasionally, a signboard vanished overnight, erased from the skyline as if it never existed. An eco park were located to the outskirts, and from its ruins, a new skyscraper rose, devouring the space where trees and vines once grew. To many, these were signs of progress, proof that this so-called city of miracles was still alive, still evolving. But ever since Yggdrasil and the military announced the end of the Juvosis crisis, what hadn't changed loomed far larger than what had. Like that underground cult we took down not long ago. Strip away the gleaming veneer of prosperity, and what lay beneath began to show its true nature.
主管，主管，
A hand waved suddenly in front of my face, pulling me back from the blur of neon streaking past the window.
你在看什么呢？有什么有意思的东西吗？
She leaned in without warning, practically halfway into my seat. You might want to ease up on the snacks. You're taking up half of my seat. With her weight came a curtain of soft hair brushing my cheek, carrying a faint scent of jasmine.
主管，这样说也太失礼了。
Didn't you say I didn't have to hold back around you?
这是两码事。
She fell quiet halfway through her retort.
主管，那边在着火的该不会是？
She sifted aside, giving me a clear view through the window. Far off in the distance, beneath the sweep of searchlights, a thick column of smoke billowed skyward, directly in front of the Midgard's tallest landmark, Yggdrasil headquarters. Fire alone wouldn't be enough to threaten a structure that size. With a swarm of security department agents rushing in, that told a different story. As I processed the scene, Luna's terminal lit up, alert after alert chiming in rapid succession.
是安全部助手成员，以及其他在公司的部门主管的消息。
7 word. Lock down the perimeter until I speak with the boss. If there are any injuries, direct them to the nearest hospital. Do not bring them back inside Yggdrasil.
明白，我马上发通知。
Luna gave me a sharp nod and summoned her holographic display. With her eyes closed, streams of text flickered to life across the screen, and in seconds, dozens of replies were dispatched.
搞定了，主管。
In this era, bionic augmentation is nothing unusual. But Luna fell on the more radical end of the spectrum. The implant at the base of her skull links directly to her terminal, letting her process data at blistering speeds. Even so, handling this many requests so efficiently is still impressive. One of the reasons I trusted her with so much. Alright, prep for landing. The hovercraft touched down in a smooth glide atop the rooftop pad. Without a word, Luna and I headed straight for the private elevator. It dropped fast, and within moments, we arrived at the floor housing the command room. But when the door slid open, what greeted me was not what I expected. Director Tao? I raised a brow, dragged the chair over without ceremony, and sat down. She looked like she was in her early 30s at most, but in fact she was on Yggdrasil's board of directors and responsible for its two most critical programs, AI development and the Balder inhibitor. Of all the directors, Tao was the only one still conducting hands-on research. She avoided routine meetings and public appearances. We rarely crossed paths. Luckily, the person standing beside her was someone I did know. Caroline von Stauffenberg. I said that right. Tao's current executive assistant. She had once been a frontline operative until an injury moved her into administrative work. Like me, she worked closely with the directors, and over time, we developed a quiet rapport. Sometimes we trade stories about internal politics just to stay sane. She caught the look in my eyes and gave a tiny nod. A silent cue. Listen first, speak later.
突然让你赶来公司，辛苦了。
A standard pleasantry, but from her flat, clinical voice, it sounded more like a line from a briefing report. Just doing my job.
首先，我需要你知道的是，今天的事情事关重大，保密级别很高，你最好只挑选信得过的人参与。这件事只和研发部有关，之所以是我当面和你交涉，也是出于保密考虑。
You're giving, so this is all these files are giving me insight on what happened with MC and Luna. I gave a silent nod, but something about her phrasing triggered a quiet alarm in the back of my mind. The way she said it almost implied the other directors weren't in the loop. Rumors of friction among the board weren't new, but I'd always made it a point to steer clear of the internal politics. So long as things stayed cordial among the board, I still had room to climb. But if it ever came to picking sides, there'd be no safe place to stand. I stayed quiet. Tao continued.
对于埃达，你有多少了解？
IDA? An AI system developed by Yggdrasil to assist with Balder inhibitor research. Its mainframe is currently housed aboard the Mistilton station.
很好，这些就够了。由于埃达身处空间战中，如果需要对它进行升级或是维护，就需要将相关人员和设备送上太空。
With a flick of her wrist, Tao signaled Caroline. The assistant stepped forward and handed me a printed photo. Chip. The moment I saw the photo, a hunch took hold. This is an upgrade module for IDA, isn't it?
在公司内部，它的代号是6号芯片。它能将埃达的算力提升一个量级，对于公司来说意义重大。
Sounds like this wasn't the first upgrade. What I didn't say out loud, not once, in all my time heading security, had I received any escort orders for a module like this. Tao caught my doubt immediately. She tapped the table once with a finger.
我之前也说了，事关挨打，芯片的研发和运输都由研发部自行完成。公司内部没有多少人知道芯片的进展，更不用说公司之外。
Now it's missing. The fire at the gate, Tao's atypical tension. It wasn't hard to connect the dots.
这个事情本质上是个巧合。
She wasn't trying to soften the blow, ease me away from pushing Tao too hard. But Tao didn't let her.
就算是巧合，也的确是我们的疏忽。
你说的对。
卡罗莉，你把事情的经过和他说清楚吧。
好的，请先看看这个。
She handed me another photo, this time showing a compact memory unit.
这个是公司的一名科研人员的记忆体，在里面储存着由他个人开发的程序，名为火种系统。
A name far more evocative than chip number 6.
据他所说，火种系统能够让普通人也能轻松地使用人工智能来定制程序，大大降低诸多机械设备的使用门槛。
Wow, that's actually really nice.
就像露娜小姐身上的那些液体，如果接入了火种系统的话，即使没有经过训练，也能使用了。
Shit. All is falling into place in how it became to be. At the unexpected mention of her name, Luna blinked once and gave an acknowledging nod.
总之，这个系统不久前发布了测试版，在民间受到了许多关注。 但相对的，很快就有人工智能反对团体的人找了上来。他们声称火种系统太容易被用在违法活动中，要求公司销毁火种。当然，公司没有理会这些人，毕竟只要和人工智能有关的，这些人都不待见。
Shit. Caroline let out a quiet sigh.
没想到就在今天，载有火种系统记忆体的运输车 在公司附近遭到了堵截，那些暴徒袭击了车辆，夺走了记忆体。
Quite a radical group, aren't they?
而好巧不巧的是，载有6号芯片的运输车当时就跟在后面。虽然两辆车的目的地完全不同，但印着公司标志的车都遭到了无差别攻击。所以现在，芯片和记忆体都下落不明了。人工智能反对团体 目前应该不清楚6号芯片的价值。如果我们大张旗鼓地展开搜查，反而会让那些人起疑心。公司无法接受失去芯片带来的损失，所以我们需要你尽快、安全地解决这件事情。在这个前提下，你可以拥有足够多的预算和支援。
As if on cue, Caroline produced a magnetic card, jet black, only with Yggdrasil's logo. But as she said, with this, I could mobilize near limitless resources. Wow.
公司一向认可你的能力，所以我们希望你能在3天内找回芯片。
I got 3 days.
3天。
Luna glanced at me, hesitant, but I didn't take my eyes off Tao. Understood. I slipped the key card into my coat. I knew clearly this wasn't a request. Refusal was never on the table. All I could do now was figure out how to turn this sudden temporary authority into a stepping stone toward a better future. As for recovering the chip, that was just part of the job. This guy. Wow. Okay. File 2, alright. Keeping going. How long has this been going though? Just checking. Already finished all my drinks. My water, my tea. 2 hours and 40. Okay. I'm expecting 3 hours. So yeah. Moonlit interlude. Crescent moon. A clue. Is Cherno involved in this? Since there's moons and whatnot. New moon. Crescent moon. What is this? A full moon? A clue. Once Tao and Caroline left, it was just me and Luna in the command room. I toyed with the matte black clearance card thingy, spinning it between my fingers, while Luna paced in mild frustration. It became obvious I wasn't going to engage. She finally halted in front of me.
主管，
She pouted in exaggerated frustration, putting on her best impression of a poor, overworked assistant.
只有3天时间哎，你就这么答应下来了？难不成有什么好办法吗？
Not much of one in such a short time. First step is gathering every lead we can find.
我就知道，到头来还是需要你的全能助理来搜集线索，对吧？
Oh, who else am I counting on? You're the best at this.
那主管你这段时间去做什么？
I'll be looking for backup. Tal wants to keep this as few people as possible. But if things get messy, just the two of us won't cut it.
帮手？那直接在安全部里挑信得过的人不就好了吗？
This whole thing might go all the way to the top. Bringing in someone outside might actually be safer. No way, so that's how... Wow. Wow. There's an independent merc recommended by someone I trust. Might be time we finally met. Wow. After a few detours, I found myself back at the bar where Luna and I had shared drinks earlier. It was already late, but the place was still buzzing. I made straight for the booth in the back corner and took the seat with my back to the wall. Roughly 10 minutes later, I heard the sharp click of heels approaching. I looked up right on cue.
晚上好。
Holy shit. Oh, old cut yet. Still working for Anderson, huh? The girl who stopped at my table was tall, guarded. Everything about her, posture, outfit, the way she held her jaw, said, "Keep your distance." She offered a curt nod before sliding into the seat across from me.
你就是接头人，主管先生对吧？
That's me.
真奇怪，竟然有人用这种代号。
She gave me a quick once-over, blunt, unimpressed. I could tell she wasn't sold on the name.
中间人应该和你介绍过了，我是凯西亚·克莱因。
God.
直接告诉我任务吧，其他用兵能接的活我都可以。
She talked like a pro. Flip tone, no wasted words. The crack showed. Judging by her face, she couldn't have been much older than 20. What? No way. You're so young. For a second, I wondered if the middleman had sent the wrong girl. What do you have, Miss Klein? I snapped my fingers to call over the service bot. She barely glanced at the menu before typing the very first item.
阿尔斯特之物，
Bold choice. I'll take the house special. The bot hummed off toward the bar, and I turned my full attention back to Klein. I'll get straight to it. I asked the middleman for someone who works alone. No fuss, no mess. That's why you're here. I need help recovering stolen assets. Full payment, top rate, up front. In return, this mission stays off the record. This meeting, it never happened. Details, target, timeline, logistics, I'll send to your terminal. No questions?
没有。
She didn't offer an explanation. Didn't seem like she thought one was necessary. An awkward silence settled in. I hadn't expected this meeting to wrap up before our drinks even arrived. Should I leave now? But that would feel almost rude. Miss Klein, that weapon on your back, is that a crossbow? Good old school, huh?
这东西足够快，也很安静，而且没那么显眼。
Can't argue with that. Wow, this feels so... right. Low profile, says the girl hauling a crossbow in plain sight. I bid back the comment. No need to start things off on the wrong foot. I was about to search for a better topic, but the service bot returned just in time. Cheers. Here's to a smooth op. I raised my glass her way, already thinking I'd down it and call it a night. For some reason, she gave her drink a quick glance, like she wasn't sure about this part. Then she lifted the glass, gave it a half-hearted clink, and downed it in one go. Wait. All in one go? What are you doing?
所以，你找的那位佣兵小姐，实际上并不清楚自己点的是什么。
Like, what? Was she trying to play cool? Oh my god, yeah. Oh my. Wow. Wow. Back in Yggdrasil's command room, Luna looked way too pleased as she watched me peel off my jacket, still reeking of mist and ulster, and change it to the spare outfit she prepped. It had been 2 hours since I rushed Klein some mouthwash and made sure she got home in one piece. What the hell? Excuse me. She... What? She told me later it was her first time drinking in a bar. Didn't want to look like a rookie in front of me, so she faked it. Her exact words. That stuff was disgusting. That stuff was disgusting. I'm never drinking again. That's a lie.
他完全是个新人嘛。主管呢？要不还是考虑换个帮手吧。
No. I double-checked her background. She's still the best fit for this. When she's back on her feet, I'll bring her in again. What about your side?
请看大屏幕。
Shit, I'm glad you're back, Luna. With a dramatic flair, she brought up a map of the dozens, she brought up a map of the zones around Yggdrasil.
在借用了公司附近的一些民用摄像头以后，我基本把反对团体的行动路线找出来了。
Piggybacked?
这个用我的权限不太够，所以我稍微动用了主管你的超级权限哦。
Why am I not surprised?
言归正传，之所以要调用民用摄像头，是因为反对团体事先入侵了在必经之路上的公司摄像头。看来他们内部的确有懂行的。不过，这入侵的活干的还是太糙了。虽然用了几次加密，但还是很容易被反追踪。在离公司露天停车场200米的位置，反对团体堵住了道路。 借着人数优势打晕了2辆货运卡车的司机，全程只用了不到2分钟。接下来，他们夺走了货物，并将剩下的车辆付之一炬。还好，这些人至少没有把司机留在火海。
How courteous of them to pull out the drivers. I guess they do still have some humanity.
拿到货物后，他们转而化整为零，各自携带着少量的货物，朝着不同的方向逃走了。
Little rats.
这就是最棘手的地方。只从监控上看，没办法确定到底哪伙人拿走了芯片。如果一一追查下落的话，3天是肯定来不及了。
After laying out the situation, Luna got up and gave a languid stretch. Anything new on the anti-AI group?
他们打着限制人工智能发展的旗号，从大概10年前就开始活动了。
Jeez.
不过有一点很奇怪，在此之前，他们一直以游行抗议和线上演讲为主，从来没有做出过暴力行为。而这次一出手，就直接盯上了公司的货，总感觉……
Ooh. Uh-oh. Which leaves 2 options. Someone's impersonating them, or someone on the inside is pulling their strings.
没错，而且他们出现的时机实在太巧， 虽然火种系统的保密级别比不上6号芯片，但运输时间和路线也是对外保密的。这次的劫车计划显然不是临时起意，从事前布置到事后处理，都做了足够多的准备。而且
Luna trailed off, raising a finger toward the ceiling. I caught her meaning. Tao's concern, the pinpoint strike, it all points to a mole. If this was just a rogue employee, we'd quietly shut it down. But if it's a board-level power play, count me out. Let's park that theory for now. Here's what we should do first. Track the hack surveillance node. If the hacker's involved, odds are they're operating out of a central hub. Better to take out the brains than chase every pawn.
就知道你会这么说。那个地址已经被我锁定了，就在南边市郊的一个废弃仓库里，我们随时可以出发。
Overtime. Nice work. I paused, thinking how far we'd come since Luna joined. How did I ever manage without her? Shit, she's real good, man. Damn. She get the job done, man. I'll grab the gear. You get the hovercraft ready. Rooftop in 5. Since joining Yggdrasil, I've rarely stepped beyond Midgard's central districts. Then again, the city might as well be its own country. Just the urban core housed over 10 million. And counting the full sprawl, closer to 40. That's not even including the outer satellite zones. Fueled by advanced logistics, Midgard ran like a sci-fi machine, sucking in outside resources and churning out goods in glowing market indexes. By the time our hovercraft reached the southern outskirts, dawn had just begun to break. But in a city that never truly slept, even sunrise looked pale behind the haze of the neon. We pulled off on an open patch of ground a few clicks from the target warehouse, far enough to avoid tipping them off. After disembarking, I handed Luna her gear.
结果还是只能用电击枪啊！
Oh, non-lethal?
我还以为主管你这次会调用一些长进的新东西呢。
You and your obsession with heavy firepower. For an op like this, those big toys stay in storage.
什么执念？人家只是很怕疼，
喂，
不让自己受伤嘛。
Heavy weapons? If you're gonna be a future op, you're gonna be a minigun user? Like, yeah. She puffed out her cheeks like a sulky chipmunk. Speaking of pain, didn't you skip your last physical with that excuse? Guess who had to clean up that mess for you?
人家就是受不了这个。
Come on. Nice try. Not gonna work on me. If you want to make it up to me, stay sharp. Let's finish this quick and clean.
知道了，知道了。铁面无私主管大人。
Jeez, Adjutant, you were so different. You weren't even the Adjutant yet. You were Chief. Bro, you were so serious. So... Come on, man. After we circled the perimeter, Luna and I slipped in through a rear window of the warehouse. As I suspected, something felt off the moment we stepped inside. It looked abandoned from the outside, but inside, signs of recent cleaning were obvious. I signaled to Luna, drew my stun gun, and moved silently along the wall. Soon, I heard soft rustling deeper in the warehouse. Y'all should have some kind of some lethal. If you just packing stun guns? I mean, what if something bad happens? Peering through the shelving, I spotted a young woman hunched over a workbench, her back facing me. 3 others lounged nearby, dressed in plain clothes, chatting like it was any regular day. None looked trained for combat. No weapons, nothing to suggest they were more than civilians. A theory began to take shape in my mind. Luna shot me a quick gesture. Should we get them now? I shook my head, holstered my weapon, and stepped into the open. Luna following closely.
谁？
Upon hearing our footsteps, their murmurs halted and eyes snapped to us in alarm. City Security Bureau, we'll need your full cooperation. They tensed, exchanging uncertain glances. I casually reached for the badge in my belt and held it up for them to see.
安保局。
The one who seemed like the leader turned pale. The others dropped their eyes, avoiding my gaze.
长官，我们只是在这里检查货物，没做什么。
You've heard the reports. Yggdrasil had a shipment stolen just yesterday. I interrupted her flimsy excuse without so much as a change in tone, then closed the gap between us. I'll have you all know, one of the primary suspects is already in custody. I flicked open my terminal, scrolling through as if they weren't even there. According to her confession, several citizens either volunteered or were misled into assisting with the hijacking. Under home law, that is considered a serious felony. Beads of sweat trickled down their brows. Two of them shifted uneasily, clearly on the verge of bolting. Although, I let the word hang in the air before offering a deliberately disarming smile. As it stands, there's no hard evidence tying you to the crime. And right now, no one else knows you're here. Except me. Security only leads a ringleader. If you tell me what I need to know, I could look the other way.
为什么？
Because I started out in the lower city myself. Meself. The moment I slipped into that lower city accent, a flicker of surprise passed over every face in the room, even Luna's.
你真的会放了我吗？
You have my word. She hesitated, her eyes flickering with uncertainty. But after a long breath, she met my gaze and nodded.
我明白了，我会把知道的都告诉你。我们实际上都被那个组织给骗了。
You mean the anti-AI group?
就是他们，那个人工智能反对团体，影响力并没有表面上看起来的那么大。他们只不过在信息网络上收买了许多下城区的平民，让大家定期跟着他们进行抗议和游行。
All a front.
因为给的不少，许多数据矿工都接到了这个外快，就这样干了一段时间。我们都以为他们只是想通过和平示威给世界树公司压力，结果就在那天游行的时候，游行人群中忽然冲出了一伙人，劫持了司机，抢走了货物。我敢肯定，那些人都是生命犯。 直到那时候，我才明白，我们都被利用了。他们就趁着人群骚乱的时候，带走了那些货物。
Yikes.
事发之后，我们来到之前的接头地点，也就是这个仓库，想讨个说法，结果发现他们早就全部逃走了。
难怪之前都是和平示威，这次却突然变成了暴力事件。
Everything she'd said matched up perfectly with Luna's findings. You mentioned this was your usual meetup spot? So, did you ever see any of them face to face? The woman's expression darkened, shame and frustration flickered across her features.
见识见过，但和我们接头的是台机器人。
人工智能反对团体竟然用机器人来接头。
他们说担心身份暴露。 所以都是远程控制机器人来和我们见面的，声音也是处理之后的电子音，所以我们实际上也没有见过真人。
Wow. Must have looked doubtful because she quickly added,
我说的都是真的啊，长官。
"Oh, I believe you. Can you describe the robot?"
我想想，它大概2米高，黑色。 看起来不是很重。
Luna, you got everything? We left the warehouse and made our way back to the car.
都记下了，按照这些特征加上能够远距离控制的特点，能够确定到的型号只有一种。
Luna's fingers danced across her terminal, summoning a sleek schematic of the bot.
而这种类型的安保机器人，除了一些公司大量订购外，能够在信息网络上查到的私人订单，仅仅只有5份。再考虑到这款机器人的最远控制范围，能够锁定的目标就只有一个了。
Her terminal display shifted to a map, a single private estate. 10 clicks out, highlighted in bold red.
请鼓掌。
I gave her 2 half-hearted claps just to humor her. Well, let's move. I'll contact client en route.
对了，主管，你以前在下城区待过吗？
Nah, I told you. I didn't move to Midgard until I came of age.
那你怎么会抓到方言？
Most people you deal with are Yggdrasil employees, but this city's bigger than that. You work this job long enough, you meet all kinds. Learn how they talk, what makes them tick. Speak their language, and doors open faster.
所以说，那本证件也是。
A replica. Set me back 500 silver bucks. I chucked, giving her a light tap on the head, then slid into the hovercraft. Chuckled. Said chucked. It was spelled chucked. Chuckle. Ow. Shit. Getting some insight on this shit. Alright, final file. Whoa! So we get something out of this? Katya, mini Katya Covenant. Aw, mini Test Covenant. Moonlit Interlude, full moon. A bullet. It's already 5 a.m. Shit. After picking Klein with the rendezvous point, Luna and I came to a nearby fast food joint for a quick bite. After a sleepless night, hey, me too, man, me too. I couldn't stop yawning while we waited for our food. Luna, on the other hand, looked like she just started her day, bright-eyed and full of energy. Fast food's really living up the name these days. I watched the service bot glide over with our tray and just shook my head. 2 identical burgers sat on the tray. Same lettuce, same patty, same sauce. Even the same sesame seeds were a carbon copy. No doubt they were factory standard products, just reheated on site.
难得有这样的体验，主管你就别挑三拣四了。
Man, sitting on this chair for... How long have I been sitting on this chair? 3 hours? Shit. Get my tailbone fucked. Luna was clearly loving it. Loving it. Between office duties and juggling terminal work, she rarely got the chance to enjoy street food. Me? I burned out on it ages ago. Still, I forced it down and called it a meal. God, I mean... Oh, Klein. 20 minutes later, Klein showed up outside the diner. Klein, Luna, Klein.
你好啊，克莱因小姐。你好。
As blunt as ever. Classic Klein. Bro, you just met her.
作战计划我已经在来的路上确认过了。我们什么时候动手？
Now, follow me. We'd already scouted the surrounding terrain, so it didn't take long to find a low-rise building with a perfect vantage point of the front yard.
主管，你看那边。
I followed her pointing finger. Just outside the gates, 5 security bots patrolled the perimeter, flanked by a few sentry drones.
果然没错，这些机器人就是和那些平民接头的那一款。这么夸张的安保力量，就没人怀疑这里的人吗？
A fellow like this already sticks out like a sore thumb in a lower city. Honestly, I'd be more surprised if it didn't have its own private army standing guard. Luna, can you breach the system? She brought up her terminal, aimed it toward the structure, tapped through a quick sequence, then shook her head.
都是断网状态，提前设置好了看守命令。入侵的话，我只能单独操控其中一台。
That'll do. I'll take the 3 posted up front. Luna, handle the pair by the gate. Klein, can you take the drones? She gave a crisp nod, drew her crossbow, and melted into the shadows. Let's move. I gave Luna a quick nod, drew my sidearm, and took the first shot. The gunshot cracked through the air as I surged forward, slamming into the nearest bot and sending it sprawling with a kick. Before I could recover, I brought my pistol head down hard, smashing its faceplate with one decisive strike. Farther off, the first bot I'd shot was staggering toward me. Another one, undamaged, was closing in right behind it. With about 15 meters between us, both raised their built-in SMGs and open-fired. But I was already moving. I scoped out the layout beforehand, using crates and containers as cover. I closed the distance fast, trading shots as I advanced. The damaged one dropped first, our rounds chewing through its chassis in a burst of sparks. The second bot didn't back down. It charged, aiming to finish the fight up close. Big mistake. Up close is my turf. As head of security, I'd sparred with Yggdrasil's combat androids more times than I could count. The bot swung a reinforced fist. I slipped the blow, slid behind it, and drove a solid kick into its back. It crashed forward, arms flailing. I was fully aware that this model was built for mobility, not durability, and thanks to the ones I had just disabled, I'd already pinpointed the weak spot, the head. 2 clean shots to the back of the skull dropped it. The machine spasmed, then went still. I glanced toward the gates. Both bots were already down. Luna's doing. Probably overrode one. Used it to disable the other, then triggered a self-destruct. Patrol drones had just been circling above were now wrecked and scattered across the ground. Plans work, no doubt. With the perimeter clear, and the gunfire likely drawing eyes from the neighborhood, I didn't waste a second. Stepping up from the front gate, I kicked it in. The foyer was empty, but the scattered cushions and upturned chairs told me everything I needed. Someone had left in a hurry. It couldn't have gotten far. Luna, sweep the first floor. Klein, second. I issued the order on the fly. They peeled off without question. I made straight for the third. First room, clear. Second, nothing. Then I saw it. The last door at the end of the hall. My gut twisted. This was the one. Kicked the door open. I moved on instinct, kicking the door wide, then diving hard to the side. A burst of gunfire ripped past, chewing into the wall where I'd just been. A shrill voice, panicked, coming from inside. An idea struck. I reached out and knocked over a vase with a sharp crash. Predictably, it startled the woman inside, and she fired a few more rounds blindly. By the time I waltzed into the room, she finally realized her mag had been emptied. Whoa! Whoa! What a design! Look familiar with those green eyes and the mole. But you're nothing like her.
这些世界树的爪牙，为虎作伥，利用人工智能剥削平民的家伙！不要再靠近了，再向前一步，我就毁掉记忆体。
If this were some trending net drama, this'd be the part where I lower my weapon near her out. She didn't hear her out. Some impassioned monologue about fighting corporate tyranny and we part ways with a mutual respect. But instead, I raised my stun gun and dropped her on the spot. Hey bro, anti-AI crusaders, give me a break. The terminal she was using was a unit from one of Yggdrasil's biggest competitors. People like her love hiding behind righteous slogans. But in the end, it's always about money. All you care about is money. It's about sending a message. It's sickening. I stepped over her twitching form and approached the terminal humming across the room. There it was, the memory unit containing the Ember system. Mid-upload, and chip number 6, just tossed to the side, just like some discount flyer nobody asked for. I turned. Luna and Klein were already coming down the hallway.
下面的反对团体成员都被我们打晕了，你这边怎么样？
Found a prize. I nodded toward the terminal. Verify the contents, Luna. then wipe it clean.
没问题，很快就好。
Luna dove into the system with practiced ease. I turned the client instead. You good? Any injuries?
没有，里面的人都很弱。
She paused, then glanced up at me.
你刚才打倒机器人的手段很利落，你之前也是佣兵。
Something like that. Just answered to a different kind of client. You interested? I could show you a few moves if you got the time. Another pause. After a moment's thought, she gave a small nod, then looked away. She then handed me something I hadn't seen in years. An old-school paper business card.
我的私人号码和工作时用的不一样。
Wow, okay. Just like that? I'll keep it safe.
搞定啦，主管。你们这是在……主管小心！
Her smile vanished in the flash. In one fluid motion, Luna lunged and tackled me to the floor. Gunfire cracked. A sharp twang followed, and a heavy thud.
竟然还有漏网之鱼。
Oh shit. Lowering her crossbow, Client stepped past us and peeked into the hallway. 10 meters out, a security bot lay sprawled, an arrow driven deep into its chest plate. It had snuck up while my guard was down. It's okay, Luna. I'm fine. I moved to help her up, but that's when I noticed. She was clutching her left arm, fingers trembling. You're hurt? I leaned in, frowning, but before I could inspect the wound, she shook her head sharply, panic flashing in her eyes. Still, the truth was already bleeding out in plain sight. From a gash in her forearm, slipping between her fingers, wasn't red blood. It was some kind of blue fluid. A dozen guesses flashed through my mind, but in the end I said nothing. I just helped her to her feet, quietly stepping between her and Klein.
你们
She was halfway to checking on us when the rising wail of sirens cut through the air outside.
动静太大，安保局的人已经在往这边赶了。我是没什么问题，但你们需要帮忙吗？
Klein shot a concerned glance toward Luna, who was still clutching her arm. I offered Klein a calm smile. We're good. You go on ahead. Payment's already transferred. Good working with you, Klein.
合作愉快。那个，之后记得联系我。
Bro, where do you... Damn! So you didn't know she was a synth. She held my gaze for a heartbeat longer, then vaulted out the window, disappearing into the night. Luna! Only when I was sure she was gone did I Oh wait, no. Only when I was sure she was gone did I finally turn to Luna. Forget the explanation for now. I need to know. How bad is it? Should I be worried? She dropped her gaze, shaking her head gently.
没事的，只是被子弹擦伤了。
So you were never human. You've always been a synth. That's good to hear. I stepped back to the terminal, removed the memory unit containing the Ember system, and slipped chip number 6 securely into my coat pocket. Let's get out of here. If the Bureau spots us, things could get complicated. Sirens screamed through the night. Security Bureau vehicles and helicopters were converging fast. But by the time they reached the estate, we were already gone. The memory unit and the chip in hand vanishing past their cordon under cover of darkness. Now will you tell me? Who are you, Luna? We kept running. I could see your arm. The wound still bleeding blue. She stayed silent at first, biting her lip, clearly wrestling with herself. Then, finally, she looked up at my eyes and gave a firm nod.
主管，你是我唯一不愿意隐瞒真相的人。正如你所见，我其实是仿生人。
我也并不是怕疼，只是因为受伤会暴露我的身份。按照如今的法律，制造有自我意识的仿生人、合成人和人工智能都是重罪。这些造物在被发现时也应该一并销毁。
It's a felony? Shit. God damn. She paused to take a breath.
不过，我的制造者在6年前就已经去世了，就在我获得意识的那一天。
啊。
他是卫城学院的一名德高望重的老教授，直到现在，我都不清楚他为什么要制造一个仿生人。他为我准备好了公民身份和卫城学院的学籍。作为他的女儿，我在卫城学院度过了5年，随后毕业，加入了公司，遇到主管你。我知道的，我这样的特殊的存在，最好的选择应该是留在学院中。但我真的很想知道外面的世界是什么样子。我想理解人类的情感，我想知道自己存在于这个世界的理由。
Look at you. You're already more human than fucking Sapphire. So, did you find your answer?
没有。
There was a quiet ache in her voice she couldn't quite hide.
也许我终究与人类不同吧。我只能感觉到，进入公司，成为你的助手之后，我很开心。每次看到主管，每次和你一起完成了任务，一起去喝酒，还有休假的时候突然跑到你的家里，帮你打扫房间的时候，我都能感觉到开心。但今天的事情提醒了我，我的身份终究会有被发现的时候。我只不过是一个仿生人而已。如果我继续留在你的身边，到时候你也会被牵连。所以我
So what? I cut her off. Synthetic or not, I like you either way.
喜欢。
She froze in place, eyes wide with shock. Unless I was imagining things, I swear I saw steam rising from her head. What? What? That's right. That's right. I said, synthetic or not, I like you either way. I repeated it slowly, reaching out to take her hand again. You're smart, capable, and cute. And cute. What's not to like? Looks like we're partners in crime now. Her fingers curled tight around mine, like she was afraid I'd disappear if she let go. We'll deal with the rest when it comes. For now, let's go home. It only took you guys 1 day to recover that ship. Wow, look at that. And that was Concorde Ode. Okay. Now that I've experienced the whole thing, I'm satisfied with the story. First half was very slow. Slow build up. But once it gets picking up, yeah, you're good. It's good. Kudos, Chengluo. Good on you. Good. I'm glad I'm satisfied with the story. Good. It is still acceptable. Very nice. And now that I've finished Concorde Ode, let me do, even though it's been 3 hours and 19 minutes, 3 hours and 20 minutes, let me level up perfect. Let me level up Katya's signature. And, purchase this attachment. I'm gonna use it immediately. Oh, and 3 copies of this. 3, right? Yeah, 3. The T5. The T5 for what do you say? Free-to-play weapon. More fixes, nice. Have you added her signature perks? I guess not. Aw, man. I'm still waiting on her signature perks. There's certain camera angles in the interactable scene. Jeez, for fuck's sake. My god. You've advanced. Or what's a word I'm looking for? You've grown. Got ya. Look at that. Yay. I have theirs too, and of course, yep, all of them. Good. Cool. I haven't done the... I'll do it on my own time, as soon as I get off. For now, let's level up Katya's signature. And attach... let's finish this one up first. This, free-to-play. Let's make it T5, and add the attachments. There we go. Nice. And now it's complete. 30% more. Cool. Then the mag. This part's from the signature. Yep, there we go. Very nice. What's the difference? Yep, that's nice. That's nice. Nice. Nice drum mag. Alright. Alright, let's get that last part. Damn, it's 5:18 AM. God damn. It doesn't look right on the free-to-play, since there's not a single yellow tint to it. The green is off-putting. Yeah, it is what it is. I have both completed, though. Alright. Allow me. There it is. Yeah! Oh, what am I missing? This one, yeah, fucking shit. Okay, I'm missing, yeah, this stuff. Might as well just, no, I already used up all the points. I gotta transfer, or, how do you say, decompose? No. It's this. This. I need more of this one. It's say about 25? Yeah. Nice. Cool. Not even close. Damn, man. This blue should be running out so fast. Synthesize. I'm gonna need more. Oh no, I'm running out of greens. I'm gonna have to save some for Tess's free-to-play. Dude, no way. Oh, because of that. Oh my, one. Always one off. There we go. Sweet. Alright, let's max you out. Trying to want this already. I cannot wait to start working on the video. PL run. Let me get that attachment, baby. Support module. Right, and now, goddamn, T2 is insane, man. What a spike in power. That's crazy. Jeez. Let's start with the drum mag. Whoa, is that? Dude, why does the original look cooler than the featured? It's fucking transparent. I can see the bullets. Damn. It's cool. It looks nice though. The featured one is nice too. Interesting. And then this. It's the same look, yeah. Oh, there we go. Very straightforward. Exceptional. Yeah, instead of transparency, it's the lights that hover around. It's a nice signature. It's a very nice looking, very Snowbreaky. Very futuristic high-tech Snowbreak style. How strong are you now, Kaya, now that you have your signature equipped at maximum power? Huh? Oh, I'm having a T5. What does it look like? 1200. 1212? That's with the T5 signature. Rita's only 1268 with her signature. Now what about you, Kaya? Equip. Damn it. 1264. I'm missing something. I might end up having to switch crit damage with... Yeah, I don't need... She doesn't need crit damage. She needs... What is it called? What is it called? Alignment index. Yeah, there we go. She needs alignment index. This one's perfect. This one's good. These two need some tuning. Crit damage amplifier is not good enough. Let me do that now. Jeez, I'm extending this video, man. Damn, I have 0, man? Damn. I do great alignment index. I don't have one. Damn, I spent it all? Wait, can I buy some from the shop? Oh no, it's this that I can buy, not that one. Ah, shit. Well... it is what it is. I guess I'll just take a chance then. Do that real quick, and then that'll be it. Damn, I stay... Whew, this was long. But I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because the story got good. Yeah. I'm glad the story got good. Oh, I can't even do that. That sucks. Alright, let's just change this one then. To, alignment index. See what I can do. Nope. Nope. Come on. Dude. Jeez. Well, I got the one I'm looking for. One more time. Unbelievable. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Excellent. There we go. Perfect. Now she's just, this one's just flawed. The only flaw. It's still 1262. Fuck! But her alignment index now. She has an extra 100. Nice. She should have more attack though. Oh well. Looking good, Katya. Looking good. Looking good. Nice and powerful. Looking good. I'm still thinking about getting that Covenant bundle. I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking about it. Where is it? There it is. It's $30. Gotta chip in 30. for the whole set. I'd say it's worth it, man. I say it's worth it. It's worth it. It's always worth it. She's really good. She's really fun. She's just like wifey. The same feel as wifey. Damn it. Shit. I'll think about it. But yeah. That was Concord Ode. The story of Concord Ode. Honestly, these 3 files, I think that's a glimpse into the new prologue we're gonna get. That they're working on, that they're cooking up. So yeah. We'll see about that. Alright. Well, that's it for the story, and that's it. For me, it's because it's fucking late as hell. It's 5 a.m. 5:26 a.m. I'm going to do my best to do all of these. All of them. All these events. Do a video for all of them. I'll do my best. And hopefully I'm motivated enough to do it. So yeah. I'm gonna get back in Star Master now. I'm gonna get back into it. Okay. Alright, that's it. It's already late. I gotta do some rendering now. So yeah. Good night. Good morning, everyone. Good night. Good morning, me.